Sorry for the hold up again. Still tired. But I did figure out how to show a more representative portion of the game screen resolution this time, because last time I realized afterwards that a pretty significant portion was cropped off. And there's still a good amount that is, but at least you can see more of the game. Goodness. Okay. So there is supposed to be another present code somewhere. Question is where it is. About Starcrossed world. Yeah, whatever. Not my problem at the moment. And last time, I believe, the stage ended with Needle. I think it ended with ice, actually. Yeah, we can start off with frosty ice, sure. Yep. I'm just checking. Let's see, notes. Open a recent note. And yeah, okay, cool. Next thing is to go on to the waste where life began. And notably, that is... Apparently this has the Hell Room for Starcrossed World, the new one they added. Which I guess could be nice as a way to get star coins, maybe. Because otherwise it's going to be grinding the new cop. Wastes that count time, you know. Waste where life began, and the wastes that count time. What about a waste, you know, on the body? Never mind. So let's clear the stage. This is gonna be... Where did this start here? Is that... It looks like a hothead. So this is the most open stage in the game, which is fun. And again, apparently the Hell Room is here. Question is, of course, where specifically. But it does mean that I'd like to leave no stone unturned and do a bit of poking around. And, oh, hello. Okay, it starts off with a hothead. So now we can use our Dragonfire. That's exciting. I'd not be surprised if Dragonfire ended up being necessary to find a room. The main thing is whether it's going to be one we have to find some sort of target to find, or maybe one we've got to wait 86 seconds somewhere, because of course that's the hell number in Japanese. Oh. Not Gojuon. That's when they have numerical wordplay. Oops. I did not expect a bottomless pit here. Okay. Japanese Gojuon. Okay. Oh, fire switch. Nice. Big crystal head. Yeah. 8 is Ha and 6 is Ru, so 86 becomes Haru, you know, like howl. So, just going around these dunes. What's gonna happen to this pillar when the light switch? Like 5 lanterns in a race, 1 of 5. Okay, so one will maybe find us the Hell Room. Oh, and that leads us to a big crystal flower. That's fun. And it works well to use the burning attack. Okay, come on. And that Gabon should disappear shortly, actually. I wonder if the enemies will respawn if we were to reactivate the puzzle. And can we... Yeah, we can. Okay. Oh. So, yeah, every time you do it, both sets of enemies respawn. Okay. Maybe that wasn't quite the best way to handle things. I got you. Just for that coin. And taking a look on that pillar, I don't see anything down below. That's alright. So that's not gonna be the Hell Room. Back in the original version of this stage, the rewards you would get from climbing on top of various objects and the edges of the area, so I'm wondering if it's going to be similar. Nice Gout of Flame. Very good. We don't need to move. Just need need to light another lantern. So is the poison going to be poison we can deal with using water balloon mouth, or just poison? Either way, we can light up that snacker, which is what they're called. Ah, no, it was probably meant to lead us over to the spring mouth area. Ah, fun. So, if I were to... It's probably going to be in the middle here. Okay. Either way, sticking with fire is going to be a good idea. Anything else we can see? There's that street line that seems to be about it. Jump, and we jump over. It's over here that we have... It seems to just be a capsule, is that right? Seems suspicious. There's gotta be something else, right? Maybe. You can see... It appears to be something off to the side. I'm tempted to try to use Spring Mouth to get over there. Because I'm of a mind to believe that the Howlin might be related somewhat. Maybe. Oops. Okay. If I were to... That platform over there looks awfully suspicious. Can I destroy this? No, it's nothing. Jump right at the correct time. Again, I do get the impression that the Howlin may be related. So otherwise, you've got this spring mouth over here, nothing to do with it. Probably need to bring it to a specific location, maybe. Hello, lantern switch. Oh, starry coin. And this takes us to where? Agile pathway through. Could fly over it. Again, I wonder if there's going to be any kind of water balloon mouth stuff here. So Vending-Machine mouth. Bit of meat. That's exciting. That kind of worked. Okay, we missed one of them. Anyway. Let's just keep on. We cannot get on top of that crystal. If I were to try to bring Spring Mouth back... So I know the Hell Room is somewhere. The question is, of course, where specifically. I brought Spring Mouth back to the very start of the stage. If it'll even let me go there. Can I get inside that container? Probably not. Tempted to try, though. No, there's an invisible wall. It's outright blocked. Oops. Just the fact that we can jump up, it's the new mouthful, makes me awfully suspicious. There's gotta be something, right? Maybe. If we were to climb up here without bonking our heads. Okay, it won't let us. So that was an interesting concept, but it's not gonna be it. So that's not something we can actually get past. Well, this is unfortunate. But what are you gonna do? Get a slightly more detailed view. Oh, there's a bridge off to the side there. I was not aware of that specifically. Let me see something. Well, if we need spring somewhere, I guess it won't be here. Oh, you're probably meant to use spring mouth for this. Ah, because that makes it significantly easier, of course. If I were to spring up top here, no, there's nothing special. But, yeah, it's easier to do it with spring mouth than just dragon fire. But, still do it even with. Okay. Clearly meant to use spring mouth. Stop all those scarfies. Some squishies on the ground. Something over here. Push that stack. I was gonna say maybe you're meant to hop on top of the stack instead of destroying it, but I don't really think. I don't really think that. Also, I don't really think. So broken can. I don't imagine the Vending-Machine could interact with a broken can. Soda shot 150. Can't even touch that. Oh, we got some here. Get out of the way, the Gordo. We were faster than expected, probably, and we missed the Rhoda. And we... No! You have to rotate around it. That was unfortunate. Oops. And now we're down 7 cans. Oops. Well, if that's how it's going to be. It seems the rotation is actually a separate timer. Interesting. Well, we have to follow the rotation to go to bar and not get hit too much. Okay, and let's go to the other side. We did not actually need that level of efficiency. Save the hidden stories. I suppose the real question might be now, if I were to bring the spring over and get to the end there with spring mouth instead of Vending-Machine mouth, whether that would allow me to access anything different. Let's see, because we can activate... No, never mind. We can activate the crystal using fire. There's nothing that forces us to use Vending-Machine mouth. Okay, never mind. Maybe if we weren't so close. Yeah! This is the trick. You can avoid all these hazards by just going over a spring instead of... Yeah! That's fun. Okay, but... even after a little bit of a trick, there wasn't anything we were able to access differently that way. But that was amusing. Probably need to bring that mouthful over to some of the rotation. That? Oh, okay. Just springing. So it seems to have just been a matter of use the spring. Okay. Beach ball? Now it's gone. Okay. Reached a checkpoint, which again is a little strange in a level that is about as wide open as this game gets. More fire, because there's presumably another lantern nearby. Just trying to avoid real progress as long as possible. I don't believe the bomb can light a lantern. It's not actually fire. Or fire bombs in Kirby, but that's not quite it. We're gonna have to wait and restart. Okay. Unfortunate. Let's clear out everything down here first. Let me see something. So that's gonna take us to the next location. And, well, I didn't touch it, did I? Another lantern. A star coin off on the side. If I were to poke through here, no, there's nothing. There's nothing I can get to without spring mouth. Don't need to get that warp star right now. I'd have to spring up there. That ledge also looks rather conspicuous. It's just, why are there even normal star coins at all in the DLC? It's so silly. Well, it's time for more spring mouth. Hopefully more food sometime soon, but I'm not too hopeful. Stay on top, and... just this one story. Okay. It's a third. Curious. Oh, okay. Get all those coins. Anything over this way? No. Because it is stuck in the crystal. Curious. That Poppy Brother did not respawn. That said, bomb is never really specifically necessary for anything. Okay, and Fractal, which basically just means Edie. Same linguistic origin as Pac-Man. Okay, fire for the final lantern switch. Maybe I just have to activate all the lantern switches and then turn back. We did like 4 lanterns in the race. For that we received a big ol' coin pile of normal coins though. Coinoing. Yeah, now that everything's lit up, I'm tempted to try a trick from Burning Churning Power Plant, which is turn back after achieving a certain objective, as opposed to the other rooms being more matters. Here's something twinkling. Oh, shoot a target, that's kind of hard to spot, and then another that's crossed on at 86 seconds specifically. Which again, at least not yet, haven't found any timers. Which of course raises the question of... Oh, yep, we do have to just go back, following this trail of star coins. That's the sign, so the Howl Room's gonna be at the start of the stage. So now we can use Spring Mouth to bounce up to the top. That's what I figured, and... a vigilant eye is always rewarded. Let's go in here. And there's our Howl Room. Very nice, and it's always a true secret, so there shouldn't be any mission connected to it, but regardless. So when we activate this crystal, it should go helmet. I see, how's a sand? We're gonna get tornado? Let's see. Crystal H. Gotta hop up to the middle, and then to the right side. Got our, not quite the A yet. The L, so the A will be the final portion. Let's do it. There we are! Our Howl Room. Very, very nice. Anything to bust up? Let's get our star coins. This is still not going to be as efficient as doing Ultimate Cup. Ultimate Cup ZEX. Well, let's see, another crystal flower hidden down there. I'll back down and see what this is. Okay, just cute little fallen shower star coins. Got a drill, noble ranger, and crash. So what might I be able to still obtain using those abilities in this room? Yeah! Managed to find the Howl Room. You popped in at an interesting time. How are you doing? This will probably be final Kirby, and tomorrow we'll probably be clearing out Tenoxatok. Preparation for Note Crying. I'm probably gonna end up going for Walma Weapon, Nilu, and Kiyakaji suit, you know, the cricket bat. When patch drops. Okay, let's just see. We got gun, we got pencil drill. So the sand hills were purely interesting. I don't imagine we'll need Top Crash for anything, but it might be interesting to bring it over in case there's a mini-boss in front of it. It's fun how the terrain color of this sort of Pokemon Ranger Quake Surge changes somewhat for the crystal. Let's bring Time Crash with us. See if that does anything meaningful. If we get a mini-boss encounter when we go back to the main stage. But yeah, as you can see, we found, again, the Howl Room. Takes us right to the second portion. And we're coming with Time Crash, and I do wonder what difference that might make. The answer seems to be none. Okay. Because we got Tornado right away. Got food at least. Oh. Some milk. Frosty Ice and Tornado. No, let's just use Time Crash. Yep. A Crystal Wild Edge. Here we are. Time is never time at all. There we are. And you gonna send anything up, or is that just the end of it? That is just the end of it. Is it? Oh, no, it's not, because the cactuses are still actually relevant to the fight. I was not expecting that. Well, we lost our sword. Oops, I mean sword beam. Okay, okay. I am wondering whether I was meant to use Time Crash to beat everything, because if so... So if we cut this, we can float over from the other side, with a very small amount of height you gain from floating compared to other Kirby games. If nothing else, we're meant to just chop things here. Okay, so this is a matter of cutting them in order. So if we cut the one to the left, that'll make the bottom piece inaccessible. And actually, I have to cut them from right to left. If we cut this, the one up top will not be accessible at all. So it's just a simple right to left. Okay, that's doable. Go down. Oh, but the reward for this just seems to be a gacha capsule. That's fine. Yeah, because of course the actually quote-unquote difficult puzzle, you know, not really, but you know what I mean, does not have a truly unique reward. It's not required for stage completion. Well, we got a little sun, which is pleasant. Oh, hello. Okay, so the Halram, this is not something that goes up to 86, because it has a normal minute counter that increments minutes at 60. Okay, so you can't get 86 on the clock like you can in the car room in Windaria. Okay. So it's just a matter of, and just like the mission where we had to sled on snow, now we have one where we sled on sand, because it's Sonic Adventure 1 and we're in Sandhill. Yep, exactly. So you gotta hit enemies to speed up. Exactly. Makes you go a little bit faster. Just like that. It's a cool way to actually encourage you to take out enemies. I need to try this again, don't I? We failed. Because I spun at the wrong time. Oops. There's gonna be a star, so it shouldn't be an issue, but still. That was unfortunate. Left. Blue star. That's fine. Don't actually need to take that side path. Just dodge the crystals. Jump over it and get some speed. Oh, and, well, I didn't know that was gonna be there, so oops. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to... Clearly that side path is where we gotta go. I wonder if that jump... We could hang a far enough right to get there, but... We did this wrong. Yeah, barely missed the goal. It's gonna be another star reason, definitely, for sure. So, I guess we're gonna have to try that again. Oops. Not too bad. Okay, there we go. It's gonna be getting gold, I imagine. Maybe getting all the crystal flowers? Possibly. And occasionally some random physics objects become coins, because that's life. Okay. Handle it here. Gotta take the other path. And hit more enemies for speed. So again, the closer the line we cut. Just like Mario Kart. Or I suppose Kirby Air Riders might be the better comparison. Okay, and there we are. That's important. And Buffahorn, love you. That should already be enough in terms of some speed we need. And grind. Spin, spin. Don't actually need to go on the side. It's the second one that's going to be... I mean, third, actually. There. Crystal flower. Aha! This should be a pretty easy goal. Breakthrough, and final. Walter Burt. Another set. We beat every single enemy and got our gold. That was a nice run. Final star. Gotta love it. Defeat all enemies with side mounts, so that was it. Wait, so what was the... Oh, goodness. We're gonna have to restart then if it's a matter of the mission. It's probably about not taking any hits during the Vending-Machine mouth game. Well, we'll be fast. We'll be quick. Yeah, because if we got the third but not the second, that probably means we missed something. That is less than pleasant. Yeah, I really do enjoy the game, but I think what I'd prefer is if some of the missions related to not taking damage from certain enemies would tell you what they were ahead of time, or at least tell you if you'd missed them. That's the annoying thing. Oh, or it might actually be, you can see the hotel in the background, and in the base game, though it was in Searching the Oasis, which is the next stage in the main game progression, you have the ability to actually go past the end of the level to an oasis area. It's pretty fun. Yeah. How can you tell this is a desert level? The music playing isn't stereotypically Latinos to be almost offensive, and there's not a yellow filter on everything. Okay, and there's another crystal flower, so we can maybe get to the background. That might be the final mission. Keep following the trails. Okay. Okay, no, last flower. Is it gonna be last? It's back there. You had better give me a warp star. And it go over. It seems to have just been okay. Seems to have just been extra star coins. That's a shame, really. Shame and a half. So I suppose what I'm going to have to do is repeat the stage after. And maybe we can poke around a little more and see if we can spot another crystal flower. And the answer seems to be either it was a hidden mission that I completed without knowing, or it was something I missed. It's probably something I missed. It might have been, actually, defeating the boss with Crash, which would either require ferrying Crash here or going through the Hell Room. Either way, let's run it. Find our answer. Hey, it's Meta Man. Bye. Timed platforming sequence on top of the ship on your first try. Oh, without falling. Oh, that's evil. That's evil. Good gear. Try that again at least. Oh, the big heart evil meteor. This was supposed to fall on the planet's last continent. When the stars interfered and threw it off course, a volcanic island emerged on impact, and the newly crystallized stars filled the different regions of the continent. Shape hides an evil being with the power to annihilate, waiting inside, waiting to pounce, and it's just a second off this. Beast Pack boss statue. Most of them are just things from the base game. Sealed meteor, which, that's kind of a spoiler. We haven't seen a fully sealed meteor yet. As the legend goes, a meteor has passed countless times over the eons. The story has been handed down as a poem that is said to tell the future with a meteor that can sink continents or wipe out all life. It's Deoxys on the inside. The legend is mostly forgotten, but now a new meteor falls. Meteor falls? That is in Pokemon. Okay, well, that's what we needed to do. Yeah, if there's some kind of mission. It would have been nice for them to at least tell us, yeah, do it first try when we got there, or at least tell us after we failed. But whatever. Oh, and it's Moonlight Canyon Labyrinth. Okay, well, let's just beeline straight for the platforming sequence and finish that out. Basically go straight for the sled. Okay, cool. The single sword beam is not enough for the big crystal combo, but two are. Nice. Boom, boom. Come on. Hothead? You're weaker. No, no. Pretty much all crystal enemies are going to take at least 2 hits from anything, really. Okay. So we gotta get Spring over here. So we don't need to bother with anything else in this stage, really. And the fact that it wasn't related to Crash... Again, of course, I imagine that would somewhat spoil the existence of the Hell Room, but regardless. You can always just bring Crash in if you care so much. And now we have to beat this first try. Which, I wonder if that means without falling, or upon the first trigger. Well, it's not that bad, it's just, I was not aware that was something they were checking for. Okay, cool. That's fine. And you know what? We can do this with Bomb. Bomb's right here, so they somewhat intend for us to use it, I suppose. How about we break this mostly pointless crystal? But again, it's hilarious how they're stingy with the starry coins, which are used only for the new gacha figures. And to the point where they aren't even the only kind of coin in the dedicated stage. You could use Tornado too. You know what? Sure. Let's go for it. So could I suck in the Totanga? No, those are not enemies that can actually... And that is crazy damage. Oh my goodness. No, they can get sucked in. It just isn't all that easy or pleasant. Dodge again. Should be one final charge. Dodge that. Cool. And immediately spin around, and a release star from a tornado is truly ridiculous damage, what I like to see. So I think we can... Oh, goodness. The funny thing is that if you were in co-op, you could cut that rope and have the platform fall on either Bandana D or you. Let's just pick up the other capsule, because we're here and it takes seconds. Cool. Oh, and of course, no full health, so no sword beam. Right. That's what I get for not using the health buff. Okay. Last one. Take it. Yeah. Another quick capsule for 15 seconds of work. 20, 25 maybe. Yeah. Now we have to repeat this sequence. Great. Okay. Free food. Back at it. Okay. 3, 2, 1. You know, how nice of Kirby to wait for the light. Joy's a good challenge. It's all about the rules of fair play, huh? But you don't actually have to get perfect play. You don't have to take every shortcut and beat every enemy to get the proper time. Of course, it helps, but I think you could miss one of these crystal shortcuts and still get through it. Can make a couple of fumbles here and there, and it isn't such a big deal. Okay. But of course, there's also a mission for beating every enemy. And if you're smart, you don't even have to take too much of a side path, because more curved route will, of course, slow you down. Over here, and flower. That is a little rough, actually. Though, of course, this isn't Souls. You can jump or attack out of any other perspective action. It's not a huge deal. More character action, then. That might have actually been an even better time. Took some slightly better paths. One way or another. Just one more quick run. And yeah, I do enjoy this game, but in retrospect, just not reviewing the missions first time around is pretty cheap as far as replay value goes, but yeah, whatever. It's not the end of the world. Because this world already ended. Okay. Next, pop flowers over there. Can we hit it? Yeah! Even though the sword beam is vertical, it's a bit better at hitting things from... You might expect it to clank on terrain a bit more than it actually does, which is pleasant. And that's... Yeah, just a couple minutes. Because if you're not... Especially since this stage is especially wide open. It is interesting that despite being the first 3D Kirby game, it is kind of linear. People were saying, yeah, this is Kirby's Breath of the Wild. No, it's not. It's not Kirby's Breath of the Wild. It's a 3D game, but Crystal O Rendezvous. And another song sign. We got our first duplicate. This can only be a good thing. Okay. And here we are. Stories in that stage. Is this going to increase ceiling progress? No. Okay. So next is going to be Moonlight Canyon Labyrinth, searching the Oasis at level Staffside and Moonlight Canyon. So let's go back to town and put some abilities through. It's Crystal Needle, Buzzsaw Cutter, and Wild Hammer. That's what would have been upgraded at this point in the actual base game. Let's see. And Deep Storm Tornado is actually the final ability to get its normal upgrade, and it does feel appropriately strong, which is very, very nice. So you scatter occasional amounts of clutter, which is to an extent a projectile. One when you start, and a few more when you go, which can take out some weak enemies, but that's about it, I suppose. This doesn't initially scatter, but it has a trail, has a more straight projectile, though the damage is not especially impressive. Nothing new for you to say then. So Buzzsaw Cutter, which we're gonna upgrade, can bounce off walls, which is pretty cool. And each ability in the base game has a Treasure Road stage to show off its capabilities. There are also some for the mouthful modes, and one for base Kirby's moveset, which is pretty cool. The DLC did not add any, even though it added new mouthful modes, which was unfortunate. You can let you switch them when you've currently got equipped. Dumb. But, oh goodness. The real shame is, again, that they didn't add a new one for Buzzsaw because of the bounce. Yep. As you can see. Up to 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to 5 bounces if you're skilled. Okay. Got our Toy Hammer. This is gonna go to Wild Hammer, which is actually worse because of how slow it is. But in the base game, before you can get upgrades, it does have the most power. It's just that since everything can get upgraded to the same level of power, more or less, quickly speed becomes the only thing that really matters. That's the same thing. Okay. So let's take Morpho Knight Sword back because it was what we would have had. Moonlight Canyon, which is the basis of Moonlight Canyon Labyrinth, would allow us to get Twin Drill. I do wonder what the starry stages for Redgar Forbidden Lands are going to be. It's probably just going to be one of the 2 of the first 3, which is a shame, because there's a boss rush stage, and there's also a really cool... The final basic stage of the game is a trial of almost every mouthful mode, which is... It's a long stage, too. But I get the impression it's probably going to be... I know that one is either Fire Forbidden Lands or Inferno Road. It might literally just be the first 2, which would be kind of lame. But oh well. The lack of boss stage is a little whatever. Moonlight Canyon Labyrinth. Really, it is meant to just be some nice side content in addition to the frame rate and graphics upgrades to the base game, but even then, you know. Okay. Moonlight Canyon Labyrinth. And, okay. Pretty similar music. Got our homing bomb. Oh well, just put it down here and we'll automatically seek out the Poppy Brother. Again, technically with enough skill, Chain Bomb is actually better because you can... The automatic movement actually impedes the ability to really form chains. Because they'll get out of range of each other and detonate each other by mistake. It's not actually as good. In theory, though, really, all of the bombs are kind of terrible outside of puzzle solving in a real live fire scenario. Okay. Let's not get hit by the cannons, because that's probably a mission, frankly. Okay. We could have used homing bomb for that, probably. Anything behind? No, there isn't. Oops. Bottle. And one of the barrels in the base stage actually was the source of... Come on. The Twin Drill Blueprint. Twin Drill? Casanetado. Let's take that, use that boomerang capability, which I don't get much opportunity to. For a second I was worried. Come on. Take it, and... The empty spot with no star coin shows you where, which is nice. Probably still doing some slide jumping, that's okay. Well... Anything off on the side? Yeah, we got some scissor lift. That's what I get for checking. Let's try that again. Yeah, a nice slide jump is slightest bit faster. Got everything there. I wonder if it was get every star coin and don't get hit, which would be unpleasant. Okay. Through here. I was gonna say, what if we got out of the way of the tunnel and... No, there was nothing to it. Cool. And... Gotta have enough time to spit. That's no big deal. One hidden story. Oh, and there's something on top. What if we went over here and took Maxim Tomato? Which doesn't mean that much, but get the Maxim Tomato on top of the large crystal. Okay, cool. And that's just normal stage progression. Weave no corner. uninspected. Now we can... Crystal. Okay, crystal needle. You back here. Oh, you actually off-screened. Okay. Uh-huh. And we override theirs. Hello, Owufi. It's got to be no cannon hit. Okay. But at least we haven't taken any hits. Kinda wish that fire would have burned, because in some Kirby games, if you hit plant life with fire, it will actually burn, which is fun. That's more durability than I expected. Probably never. Oh well. Take that back route, and it's gonna be a good deal better at avoiding the cannon fire. The other crystal sculpture, is that gonna be one of the missions? It is. 4 hidden animal sculptures. Now we can get wild armor. Everything got a chance to show up at least once as we did our weird little upgrade path, other than Gigant Sword, though to be fair, they didn't expect me to oops. I don't think I've ever actually gotten hit by one of those before now. Oops. Talk about an embarrassing situation. That's what I got for being sleep deprived. I don't think I'll remember anything I do today. Okay. Take it back. Just one hit. I enjoy Dragon Fire. And sure. We're gonna have some wind, we're gonna have to bypass with needle, or probably not. So let's see. Oh, a fight! Hello. Well, we can just sit here and let them poke themselves to death, huh? Yeah. Okay, cool. Maybe a matter of grabbing as many things as possible, make the biggest Katamari, potentially. Well, that failed, because we got charged. Okay, unfortunate. No, we can do that. Beautiful Katamari. I should actually play those games. Something off on the side there. Animal crystal sculpture, mayhaps? It is, and that's all it was. Just about that quest. We haven't taken any cannon hits, and that... This is also a needle enemy, by the way. Let's see... Set down there, and also a... Interesting... Well, let's drop a homing bomb down and see if it does enough damage to the Owufi. It actually did. Damage is decent. Anything here? Yes. Okay, so that's how we get to the coin pile, because it's too high otherwise. Okay, fun. Is there anything on the right side? Oh, and there were also just stone footholds. Okay. That as well. We can get rid of that light. It is fun! The base game's really good. I would honestly say the base game might be a little better, because this is just bonus content. It's not to say the DLC is bad, but it's not as diverse or complete. And it is just meant as a bonus level pack. The base game is on Switch, but of course, this is exclusive to Switch 2. And the frame rate is a little bit worse on base Switch, just to say. And there's a bit of... There are some loading issues at times. If there are cannons with your mouth, it's definitely going to be a matter of not getting hit by cannons. Just like the parade cars in the other stage. In Randaria. Oh, and enemies. Hello. Interesting. We can do a charge. That's fine. Who's next? Starfies. Okay. The Blanco. I wonder whether there may be any kind of challenge related. It's not timed at all. Just have to go across. Slightly angling upwards is better at... Oh, Galactal as a... Interesting. And takes multiple hits, actually. Good number. It's kind of crazy. Okay, cool. Thanks. It may be a matter of not getting hit by meteors, as was the one over in Lost in Arrival Mode. I could see it. Come on. One. Oh no! If that was it, then we failed. Oops. You're rough. Come on. Gearmouth Galactal. Final Phase does have less health, though. So I could have and should have just blitzed it, but that's okay. Let's see what's up top. We can clearly climb up a little bit more. Aha! At least there's a stone there. But how am I going to get inside? Interesting. Maybe just climb up from the other side, or... Not in here. That's metal, and it's not... No, it is carnival. Okay. So we just take that path. It's your second. I certainly hope it's just not getting hit by cannons. Because that's something I've managed to do so far, and... Yeah, there are more cannons, so it almost certainly is. Huh. Oh, okay, no, we're inside, so not until we get outside will we have to worry. Okay. Jump. In a weird position, not getting those coins. There is almost no way it isn't just not getting hit by cannon fire. Good thing they're decently predictable and avoidable, but still. Here's the metal block, which... The original Return to Dreamland, where they... No, they introduced metal blocks and... Oh, I believe it was Amazing Mirror, technically, and there they were breakable by just certain abilities. No, it was Hammer, and of course Master, which is Morpho Knight Sword. I don't know if it was Bomb. Rock was able to do it too. Then, of course, there were the big golden blocks in Return to Dreamland, which were for the special item bomb. It's interesting how Return to Dreamland had, as a sort of secondary gimmick, a lot of items you would pick up, such as the shieldy trumpet and... Can we get up here? No, we can't. And the big bomb, and the cannon, the candle torch, and the invincibility. Well, the intangibility crystal. It was an interesting gimmick, but they didn't really bring back. You know, I suppose they were sort of trying to have more focus, so it was, you know, just mouthful modes, just super abilities. They could argue, and I would, that ability upgrades are a sort of secondary gimmick in this game. And one I very much do like, especially since it adds... Kirby games are not really games that tend to have high levels of permanent progression, and the ability upgrades do add a degree of that, which I enjoy. So it's gotta be cannon fire. It's gotta be. Scarfy. Come on. I haven't seen any of that yet, so is it going to be addressed at the end of stage, or now we have to stop being? Oh goodness. Take it. Go up that slope, why don't you? Now... Right, you can only actually take them in slow mode. Inhale them once they drop to the ground. Gotta get rid of the actual cactus portion first. So did I do the mission, or am I going to have to do a second run? Or maybe a third if I screw up. Let's see. And now it found our exit. Wild Hammer and Noble Ranger. Let's use Wild Hammer for something for real. Obviously, there's going to be a boss sequence. This. How would it hook back a little? No, this leaves us up top. Follow the path of coins. This... Go behind and... Oh! Crash. Uh-huh. Also, I've missed some of the animal sculptures. No, it's definitely going to be beat the mini-boss with Crash. There's a similar mission in Redgar. Okay. But really, I've definitely missed a sculpture at this point. And... No, can't go through there. There's a side route. No, there's no side route in here. Other than that coin we could see a little piece of. Not sure what was meant to indicate that there was that side route there. A little bit of yellow poking out, but even then. Double, we got Crystal Florina and another Crystal Florina. Okay, that's fine. I mean, Crystal Twin Florina. Okay, cool. Boom. And now, we hit you again. The more hits we deal, the better. Very nice. Yep. Defeat Crystal Twin Florina using Crash. Now it's just a matter of finding the remaining animal sculptures that I've almost definitely missed. Well, alright. Let's use our power of flight. And see how far back we can go at this point and whether I can find any sculptures I've missed. Yeah, no, we're stuck here. It's a good deal similar to the... There should be one at the end of the stage. If it's anything as the other great crystal sculptures, one in Londaria. Here's our Fleur Tornado. And it wasn't not getting hit by cannons. Really, that's the big surprise. So if we go past these cannons, we can swirl in the coins in a similar manner to Cutter. And it's the speed of the tornado. We were almost too fast. Yeah, something has been missed along the way. Wait, what? Huh? Wait. So there there's at least one missing, if it's not... I see something off in the distance. Hello. What if it's both of them here? That would be a little hackneyed. It's not as if I'd complain, though, because that would mean not having to repeat the stage. Here we are. There we go. At least some. That's the final story and nothing else, seemingly? Ah. Well, okay, then... Really? Where are the animal sculptures, then? That's... disconcerting. Of course, I'm at low capacity and my eyes are probably insufficiently peeled, but even still, that's strange. Well, we got a good amount, but really, where else could I have checked? Maybe if I'd taken the cannon's path more directly, possibly. But besides that... Nothing to do but going down by the cannons instead of beside, I suppose. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Well, that is profoundly strange. There's no sort of twinkle indicating their location. It's probably some other hidden room that I didn't see, with a purpose primarily of just, yeah, here are the animal sculptures. Knock yourself out a bit early. Okay. So it's not here. This was the room with Crash. Bandicoot. That is profoundly strange. And yeah, I would really prefer to not have to look it up. Huh. Well, that's okay, I suppose. If nothing else, at least you could beat. It is pretty. And it, like I've said before, the abilities are very, very distinct in this one, because their movesets are simplified to the point that most things an ability can do are not things any other ability can, which allows them to each have their pride of place. But it's time to go back through and find the other two animal sculptures. Oops. So let's see, another gear. Let's see what the red goes to. There's a crystal icicle. That's more of a crystal stalactite, really. Not an icicle. To be pedantic. Well, I suppose it's sort of... didn't grow at all. Sort of how in Souls, eventually they just gave up and said, yeah, crumbling fiery forbidden lands. Okay, so it's just going to be the initial stages. That's kind of lame. Not just kind of, it is lame. 20, it should be 22 for a total. Yep, total of 120. Okay, okay. So, one more go at it. Time to look for sculptures and nothing else. Maybe I ought to bring Ranger in. Maybe. Probably not, no. As I was saying, how in Souls, you know, after long enough, they eventually just said, you know what, magic element is actually cold damage. Because they added, you know, first it was just, you know, blue, it was just magic in Demon Souls, and then in Dark Souls they added the crystallized spells, which of course, you know, it's crystal, it's not ice, it's crystal. And then in Dark Souls 2 they added some of the Ilium Lois weapons, which were crystalline and, oh my goodness, no cutter. Yeah. Not that it matters, but just where? We don't actually have to worry about taking cannon hits. It's not actually something we track in this mission. Such as the Frozen Lance, and I believe that there was an Ilium Lois Rapier Sword that had magic damage on it too. Then in Dark Souls 3 they added the Frostbite spells, though none of them both and they were all sorceries that were blue, but none of them both dealt damage, magic damage, and inflicted Frostbite, probably because they didn't want to say outright, yeah, magic damage is cold damage. And then when Ashes of Ariandel came out, they added Frida's Scythe, which was just magic damage and frostbite on the crystals, and also just as a boss for damage, it was for ice attacks or magic damage, but even still. Thanks. Let's do a quick little grab, take that there, and there's probably an animal statue in the earlier parts of the stage that I missed, maybe, but it really it's the crystal animal sculptures. Yeah, what could I have missed? There's crystal over there, and that is maybe conspicuous, but no, it's not here. That side tunnel does not seem to be anything as well. Or at least I suppose we can get in the Maxim Tomato consolation prize. And then, of course, in Elden Ring, you just get the cold sorceries that are dealing magic damage, inflicting frostbite with no buts about it. I like that you can actually stand on the forklift. I mean, the scissor lift, not a forklift, a scissor lift. Okay. Anything off on the side, whatever. And it didn't return to us, so we didn't collect it. Hello, Needlehouse. And now, I am Needlehouse of you. We're just gonna switch our ability back anyway. So then, if I were to be a little more vigilant, looking for the sculpture specifically, there's one over there. And again, the fact that it's so visible makes me wonder if it is meant to be the first one in the stage. But we can light up that Awufi. Then, of course, yeah. Maybe if we hung more lefts, given the end segment had, right before Formalina, that side path that was hidden, is hanging a left. It does make me wonder whether that might be the way to get it. Well, we'll see. It's not here. There's nothing that much past the cannons in the foreground. Hi. Die. Good damage. Well, that was worth an attempt. Oh, and of course we're rewarded with death. At least we didn't lose the ability, but I am pretty sure you can lose your ability that way anyway. No, I hear it twinkling, but it's probably just the twinkling. The crystal terrain. That's unfortunate. But again, Needle's there. Let's take Crystal Needle back. And again, if I were to try to get on top of the cannon, well, when they drop, cannonball does damage me. This is unpleasant. If I were to try going back, where the sculptures show up where one had not previously been, or nothing else, let's at least try to get the biggest Katamari. Thanks. Dodge out of the way of that, and thank you. Cool. Immediate crystal. Buffahorn. No, we took them all out at least. Whatever. Gotta dodge that charge, and to be fair, Crystal Needle has a lot more persistence than the earlier Needle abilities. You can sit down without the needle disappearing, but even still. Yeah, the one over here from before, it has to be side routes, but the question is again, clinging to the side, what am I missing? That's unfortunate. Every single pathway is something I've got to inspect to a unpleasantly precise degree. And of course, it'd be funny if we could pick up the bomb in our Needle Katamari, even though that would probably just mean it either, detonating and not being a throwable object, or detonating and breaking the needle early. That would be funny, though. That would make the Poppy Bros more threatening than I imagine they want them to be. Okay, cool. Can it? What can I get past? I imagine at least one is just going to be as a gear. The edges of the gear area are not anything. We can't get back up there because it's not a solid surface. Of course. So it... Oh, there are crystal animal sculptures. Even just inspecting everything. Maybe it only appears if we defeat the Galacta without any hits taken. Probably not. Don't imagine they'd do that. Oh, hello! Announcing your presence by making me drink water. Just playing Lake Herb. I did need water. I really did. And good old hitbox. Didn't get that one. Trying to do the last mission in this stage, which is finding some crystal animal sculptures, and it is more difficult than I would have expected to find. Okay, come on. 1, 2, 3. Stops your charge. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Luckily, there's no mission to not get hit by the meteors, but it seems that... Okay, well, you're done. Hello, Scrumpy. What if we went back down after fighting that Galactal? Would a crystal sculpture show up? The answer seems to be no. But again, they're hidden animal crystal sculptures. We got 2 out of 4. The ones we found the first time around, but I'm really wondering where the others are. Because it's the final objective, and, well, before I move on, I'd certainly like to get it. Either way, we can go up and inside, but beyond that, how are you doing? I should be more polite. So there's one in here. Can we go up any higher? No, that's not going to be how that's done. Gotta check everything, but even still. Don't see any crystal sculptures here. It may be on segment where we go past the cannons on the right, but even beyond that, the fact that I haven't found any past those 2 gives me the... Oh, there was a little side part here. That's probably at least one of them, at the very least. So there's one. I see it. I have to do a bit of a long jump. Yeah, and then the question is the third. Right on top of you. So that's the third one there. The question is what's left. So again, presumably some kind of side path. I missed the first time around, but the question is where and how. It's just a matter of looking for every potential route of egress, and not here. Yep, that just drops me. I think I tried that last time too. This spot over here, but despite it being a platform, does not appear to be anything particularly important. Oh well. Got that long jump, which was fun, but beyond that... It probably is somewhere at the end of the stage, because they usually are. But I just missed it last time, even still. Can get that and wobble back into place. So again, if it's there, makes sense to be sort of one per stage segment. It's got one in that tunnel, one in the cave, one in this cave. And then, oh! I didn't notice these crates. So that's where it was. Okay, cool. There we are, that mission's done. Because I was focused on not taking damage from cannon fire. Because I thought for a second that was going to be one of the missions, and then it just wasn't. Because oftentimes it's not get hit by a certain hazard, and then they just don't tell you. They don't even tell you if you get hit that you failed. You have to get to the end of the stage and hope you got enough other objectives that the one there is the one that gets revealed, because they reveal one mission that you haven't gotten. If, of course, you haven't just cleared them all at the outset. So that's fine. If we already beat Arena using Crash, let's try something else this time. Let's use Hammer, sure. Cool, cool, cool. This is our conclusion. I guess we could try Noble Ranger. That got a big stage segment to itself over in the ocean area, so we can just be normal about it. Find him with a big heavy hammer. What? No worries. If it fell, it would create a massive explosion and will not kill me, but deal damage to me. Baby bottle. Okay. So charge up our big fat hammer sling. And it... will it one-tap him? Don't believe. Thank you. No, it did kill them both. There you go. Okay. I'll take it. So, we're free. As free as a bee in a tree. That's not a thing. Okay. Spin you. And yep. End of the stage and onto Redgar. Tornado is actually a good deal faster than the cannons to make sure that you don't actually have to time it all that precisely, because this is not meant to be a hard game, but regardless, that just means that if I start as soon as I've got an opening, then it'll go too fast and just ram into one, which is funny in its own way. And of course, upgraded Tornado, actually, I believe it goes farther. If I tried to do that as normal Tornado, I think I'd probably have to float the rest of the way and then spit out an air bolt to finish it off. Okay, cool. 2 more stages. Pretty. So that means... upgrade Twin Drill and Gear Mouth. Already have that. Wizard Ice. Breakable Crystal again. Oh, a freight container. That... okay, I guess. They really do scrape the absolute bottom of the barrel for... It's so funny. Oh, story saved. Okay. Didn't get any bigger. Okay. On to Redgar. First stage. Enter the Fire Forbidden Lands. Crumbling Fire Forbidden Lands. Take to Twin Drill and Blizzard Ice. Okay. Not even really sure we can use Frosty Ice, but whatever. This is really just a way of showing off that I've got every single ability to plus star for no real reason. Okay. And drill in. And do a surge and shoot off a pencil. You upgrade to Twin Drill. Also get a fun, like the shaving effect, which is the fastest of them, which means you get to get bigger quake surges. Also, you have a nice saw blade from underground, because that means you can go farther. The bigger the circle you draw, the more damage you deal. And nothing new to say. Okay. You can also just tap and blast off a little projectile, which, you know, isn't much damage, but it gives it a bit more capability. Oh! You can do a similar thing with a bit more reach. And, of course, base drill, just... The poke sucks. It's actually... No, it's... That's similar range to pencil, but of course, twin drill beats them all out. Be interesting if they had a range statistic. Yeah, that actually goes meaningfully far. And if you're doing it like that, send it straight ahead, straight up. And if you're drilling in a direction, you send it diagonally. Pretty cool. In terms of damage, it's not much. Tough to aim to unless it's an aerial enemy. Yeah, go ahead, just hit me with a saw blade. Oh, that carries. Oh, that's an interesting behavior, because if you catch them, you can trap them, and then when you make the quakes... No, if you don't actually. Take them in the middle, and then they actually won't get hit by the quake surge. Never mind. Okay. Cool. That was quite nice. And then it becomes Blizzard Ice. Though to be fair, since it goes from Ice Breath to Ice Projectiles, I believe that it actually might be worse than Frosty and Base in terms of racking up rapid freeze and shatters on enemies. I don't really know. Because if you rapidly tap Ice's special shield as well as its breath attack, can rapidly build up this funny shatter on enemies really, really quickly. And if you're willing to destroy your controller and fingers, you can get some pretty ludicrous DPS. Okay. So, in that case, we ended that previous stage as Floor Tornado, and I imagine we'll get a different ability as soon as the next stage starts, but that's okay. That's okay. So, then... I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be Crumbling Fiery Forbidden Lands. Well, enter the Fiery Forbidden Lands, and then... Oh... Inferno Road, which is really just the laziest potential set of choices, but whatever. The fun thing is that you can put out these torches. I wonder if there may be some kind of mission for that. Probably not. And off on the side, hello. Oh, hello. Well, aside from putting out those torches, there was nothing to that. But hey, vandalism. Spin that around. And of course we take a different path, because in the original stage we just progress forward past those torches, but instead we take the side route. Hello. Morpho Knight Sword is back. Boom. Boom. Come on. That's done, and it fell off. So a lot of these should be pink crystals then. If it's crumbling, well, it's crumbling in the sense of the road is crumbling, not our pathway. You gonna keep rolling? You gonna attack us yourself? It seems you're pretty content to stay on your perch. That's fine. 5 red starry coins. Okay. 1, 2. Go for the full upper caliber, just for fun, and well, we want to get too far back. Oh, and Karma! It's actually the first time it's shown up in the DLC. That's right. Turbo dash with our little claw grip. Going over the base wings area. Okay. I like good karmation. Accumulate good karma. A little curved path here. Big Kabu. And bust through the wall. It's our first story. And we'd have to lose it anyway, and there are 5 this time, because it's a final world stage. And oh, there we go. We can take it a little farther back then. Okay, cool. Nothing there. Okay. Boom. Spit that out. What's next? Okay. No way to get up top there, at least that I can see. So then, anything back here? No, not that either. Again, you hear twinkling in other games that... What game am I thinking of right now? Bonanza? Well, Mario and Mario, when you're twinkling, that means the star's nearby, but right here, it's just... It's the sound of the train itself. Okay. And we have to change... Ooh, it entirely submerges. Oh, that's rough. Okay. That Mumby got taken out just by our crystal projectile. Very pleasant. And that is only some star coins. Okay, jab hog down. It is invincible like that. But not like that. Cool. And yeah, just crystals. This is kind of a nothing mission, really. Oh well. And like so. Jump. Take you up. Follies are really more hazards than enemies. And then... Oh! Right over here. Hello, friend. Toss you... There's gotta be some slight auto-aim on that. Probably. Then... Can I get up? Can't get up there. And we would be much better off platforming normally than trying to use Needles controls. Okay. We course corrected more than I expected, more than I would have wanted there. Let's use Ranger, actually. So if we're meant to be using projectiles, I'd rather be using one that more uncontroversially can shoot as far as it likes. Yeah. Come on. Okay, there we go. How far to the right does that go? That gonna be another hidden path, or probably not. Haven't fallen into lava yet. Wonder if that is going to count for anything. Sort of a don't get hit by a snowball or a brake car or something along those lines. And then... Okay, there's a fight here. So we can do a bit of dodging. Crystal Wild Bonkers, let's charge up. Keep shooting. Dodge. And aim for you. Fully charge. And there we are. Cool. Dodge. Nice. There we go. Timing on that was maybe a little sloppier than I would have liked, but got to show off the cool dodge attack you get with Ranger. That's a stake. Counting all the stakes, and see the nails, which are just recalling stakes. First time in a while. Okay, cool. No time pressure, it seems, which is nice. And pass some star blocks. Okay. See some nails there. Oh, we're gonna have to try to make the entire edifice of this building fall off, aren't we? Maybe. That would be interesting. Go through here, we gotta break these blocks. Might have to... No, we're fine. We just chew through those. No speed issue. So in that case... At first, before I got up close, I thought those nails had already been pounded in for environmental storytelling. No. So, got the combo here. Boom. And what's next? Oh, it just rises up in the center with a treasure chest. I imagine it was safer to be inside that treasure chest if you were in the lava. Boom. Let's get a chance to use Wild Hammer again when Toy is just the best. Because again, if I were playing through these stages as I unlocked them in the normal game, I would not have Masked Hammer at this point. And I wouldn't have an upgraded Toy Hammer either. So this itself is a little inaccurate, potentially, but it might be interesting if they let you upgrade the power of the mouth blows. You know, in the end, a direct hit kills everything, but Sometimes they have glancing blows that don't, and I don't know. Whatever. Oh, hello there. And you gradually fall back down. And we didn't kill you, but we knocked you into the lava. That's an indirect. Free ourselves of blood guilt. Here we are. Get boomed. Now we can... Well, you're just gonna... jump off the edge yourself. Yeah. Better to die than be killed, I suppose. Okay. Again, it's more crystals for starry coins, and it's a question, I suppose, of what I may have missed. Factors there. Ozai versus... Ozai would win, because... Ozai is deliberately meant to be... And... Most works that aren't made with power scaling in mind don't fit power scaling well, because the entire point about Ozai is that he's powerful to the point that only energy bending, which the entire point is that it's Deus Ex Machina, can defeat him by taking away his bending. Without Boomy being able to take away his bending, the only reason Boomy is able to do the ridiculous stuff he does during Day of Black Sun is because the Eclipse depowers the Firebenders. There we are, another capsule. He's strong, probably the strongest Earthbender at the point in time of the original Atla, but the whole point is that he's not really a beatable enemy through normal means, and just narratively, the point is, he's not an enemy who can be defeated with violence. The only way is to, Undertale act and remove his ability to fight. The friendly cartoon where nobody has to die. I would say that without energy bending, Ozai is beating anybody in the original cartoon, except for maybe Azula, because the whole point, because Azula is a similarly narrative-based character in that her point is that she's not an enemy who Zuko can beat alone. Azula is much stronger than Zuko, stronger than pretty much anybody really. It's probably couldn't be beaten by anyone other than Ozai, maybe Boomy, because he is a strong bender in and of himself. And, of course, Aang with energy bending, which is deliberately a cheat tool. But the whole point is that Zuko can't beat Azula alone. But the whole point is that he doesn't beat Azula alone, because unlike Azula, he's not an evil person with no friends who just can't get back up from anybody. If it was a one-on-one duel, again, Ozai and Azula would beat everyone else. Because the narrative is not one in which other people beat them with pure knockdown, drag-out force. But at that point, again, it's not really a matter of, cool fight, it's just low difficulty destruction. Spin the hidden windmill on the crystals. It would be Ozai. But again, the main thing is that, just narratively, in any kind of situation where they were put in any kind of combat situation, are they allowed to use teamwork? Because it's sort of the sort of pseudo-math problem of if you're in a duel with two other people, and you know that the other two dudes are better shooters than you, what do you do if you're first? Welcome back. Okay. And they're not allowed to target or team up, even if one person has to be the winner. As it's sort of, even if one person just has to be the winner, the most logical thing would be, are they bloodlusted? Would be for everyone else to just kill Ozai and then kill each other. I mean, it would be Ozai, because the whole point is that he's an overpowered enemy who can't be beaten through actual combat. That's what the narrative sets him up as. That's the entire point of his character. And now, the ground is exploding. Oh, and that's one of them. Nice. Okay, we missed one. Oops. Oh, but that took us back. Okay. And... yeah, even as someone who enjoys a good power scale, there are a lot of narratives that are not meant for power scaling, for which it's a poor fit, and... oh, it's the Elfless meteor. Not Elfless. Well, the main thing is that it would be against their characters to fight and kill each other without hitting Ozai in the first place, and oh, good lord. Oh, well, it restarted that portion. That's kind of cheap. Oh, it's probably going to be a matter of beating the segment without falling in the lava, right? Yeah, probably. Okay, cool. Oops, oops. Okay. Guess who's going to have to do this again? Me. And no, there we go. So we got all the hidden stories. Yeah, because I kind of forgot, but yeah, it's just other than that, I suppose the one thing would be maybe just bloodbending Katara. Because that's also an energy-bending-esque cheat ability that doesn't really interact with a normal level of power in the universe. But, again... but if you're in a duel with two other people and both of them are better than you, the best thing to do, if you're the one going first, is to shoot your gun in the air and hope that the next guy kills the other threatening guy so you get another free shot to take out the first guy. Though, of course, the best thing is to just not get in a duel to the death in the first place, but I guess that ship kind of sails. Yeah, it was definitely a car segment on the first try. Yep, drive to the end of the last car course without falling in the magma. Oops. So let's do that again. Oh, Carmouth. Crystal Carmouth cake. If you order a Carmouth cake from the Waddle G Cafe and has a surprise on top, consider yourself lucky. A special version of one of the cafe's most popular dishes was born. The chef was inspired by the crystals on the meteors that fell into this world. And just another Starryflower. Okay, danger sign. Oh yeah, for the mouthful. Yeah. And it's just gonna be Inferno Road, right? Right? That's such a lame choice. And we got... it didn't grow. Let's see where the next story stages is. Oh, it is! It is the last stand! Thank the Lord! They chose a good stage. And they chose the last stage in the game to main stage. I love it! Okay, I'm happy. I was about to be pissed. Okay, well, let's just run through and go to the car portion. Well... full moon it. Yeah, well... it's stronger on a full moon, but it's not like it's impossible otherwise. It's what allows her to overpower the gal who taught her bloodbending, which raises the question, I guess, of, you know, what about her? What about her? What about her? That would be... because in theory that might be... I mean, well, to be fair, Katara beats her. But that's mostly by taking her by surprise, because she wasn't expecting to have bloodbending used against her. Hard to say. You know, if you take the sequel series into account, who would be the strongest example in their prime? Maybe a middle-aged Toph, which would, of course, be a purely theoretical character, because we only ever see young and old Toph, but I don't know. You know, would the strongest airbender we would ever see be a, you know, Aang in his prime? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, well, if they're limited to one element, I would say it's probably... you know, if Aang can only use airbending without getting the cheat powers, you know, kind of like how in the pro bending in the sequel, Korra had to choose one element per match. And that was funny to me, but not in a bad way. It's just... You know, they let Jesus play football. If Jesus came back, evangelicals would definitely try to have him play football. I mean, be real. Be real. Probably. It's just a matter of... If you've got it, you're generally going to be going all out. There wouldn't be any reason to hold back, but... Again, it's... poor comparison. Thank you. And dodge. Take it back, and just like this. Well, to be fair, he's not great, really. Yeah. So we don't need to bother with anything else. We just need to go to the end of the stage and do that car segment again. Great. Okay. Suppose it's nice that you can't slide off wedges, but what would be really nice is if they let you do a Looney Tunes jump. Dead Cells lets you do a Looney Tunes jump. Well, yeah, exactly. It's... The only way he was able to beat Ozai was, like I said, it's using the cheat skill, which is meant to just obviate the need for real combat. Which, again, it's a narrative decision. Here's my unasked for hot take. Korra would have been better if Korra died at the end of Season 3. You know, probably not without losing, but it would have been a lot more interesting. Especially since there were a lot of reasons Season 4 was kind of awful. Yeah, that was when Nick started killing the budget, and as a result, it got really rushed. It was... Especially since, with the sequel series that is apparently going to happen, you know, not gonna hold my tongue. A lot of it is that the Avatar is a lot weaker because when Korra got her rear beaten by, you know, just normal waterbender with evil purple powers. And also a lot of it was just the fact that Korra was trying to do... They were getting a little big for their britches. You know, not in a bad way, but it was just... You know, in Season 2, where the Northern Water Tribe attacks the Southern Water Tribe, and they can't even say casualties or dead. They have to say... They said, so many injured. I was just sort of, okay, they jumped the shark. She's stronger in combat, but she's less attuned with, you know, actually being the Avatar. I think she would have done worse, because the whole point is that I don't think anyone would have been able to beat Ozai in combat. Anyone who would have ever theoretically fought him. Because again, the entire point is just... And again, it's kind of taking external intention into the conversation in ways that don't necessarily really fit it, but I don't imagine that anyone who could have ever theoretically been in a situation to fight Ozai would have been able to beat him with combat alone. Because again, the entire point of Ozai is that he's not an enemy you vanquish with violence. Yeah, because she's not spiritual, she's not attuned. She's better at fighting, but you can't fight Ozai. That's not who he is as a character and what he represents for the narrative. Okay, cool. So that's that story there, so let's just get... Oh, they actually just gave a slide prompt, because we didn't have an ability to break it otherwise. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay. It might have just been for this level, because there aren't any abilities past the final course if you didn't have one coming in. And you didn't know how to break it. Yeah, that would probably be the strongest pure offense. Because again, fire is, you know, even without being empowered by hatred, quote-unquote, it is the most purely offensive. Because there's nothing solid about it. You can't push anything with it. You can't block or heal. It's just you light things on fire and burn them. The Beast Pack's Final Stand, Crystal Beast Pack Volcano Battle. Got a Galactal there. This was in a big underground facility with every mouthful. Oh, we got a hammer. This is our final story stage before the final boss, Star-Crossed World. How exciting. Okay. Goes down there. Can we go past you? No, we can't. We just gotta descend. Oh well. Boom. Boom. I will say that having to use Wild Hammer for this is a nice nerf in a good way. Because it is literally the worst hammer when everything is fully upgraded because it's slow. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's with a question of, okay, who can kill things the best? Ozai's gonna win. Because the entire point is that he's the best at killing, but that's all he can do. Come on. Let's just throw a bunch of cutters. Now. And with some very nice precision, we can grab him there. You know, let's... Oh, that's right. Let's actually exit the stage. Because we would have gotten a few more. Would have been... everything except Masked Hammer and Morpho Sword, that's right. So we can put in everything to max level. Oh, afternoon. It's fun. I will say that a lot of my appreciation is nostalgia. You know, a lot of people are contrarian about it and basically say it one-shotted Westerners who hadn't watched any anime because it was the first cartoon that didn't suck that they ever saw. But, which I think is, you know, it's a contrarian and deliberately uncharitable take, but... Okay, so let's see if we can talk to you while sleeping. Probably not. Well, I was about to say SpongeBob is good. SpongeBob is good. Okay, I didn't mean to swallow. Swallow sleep. I don't think we can talk to you while we're sleeping, can we? Yeah, we can't, because as soon as you pick it up, you're doomed. You fall asleep. So the only way you can talk is to get deep sleep so you don't insta-sleep upon obtaining the ability. Kirby Battle Royale, which is nothing like Fortnite, was a game they put out, and they had an ability vote. You also get a power effect. Ability vote to essentially choose what ability would get added to the game past the originals, and they added sleep as a joke because people voted for it as a joke, but instead they gave it a moveset where it hit things with its pillow. I think it could... I may be misremembering. It might have gotten a sort of Smash Brothers Jigglypuff Arrest type thing. Probably not. Probably not. Well, yeah, because I may be misremembering, but the Avatar State, since it's about their spirituality, again, Aang is more spiritual than Korra, and it gets the more powerful the more past lives you've got access to. I think. Does it? I mean, I don't actually think it does. I don't think they ever clarified specifically what Korra lost from losing all the previous avatars, other than just their wisdom, of which he had great need of. But, you know, in terms of just spirituality of the ones we saw, he was the most spiritual. I think it's good that we only see so many. It's good that we see a decent amount. I like the fact that Yongchen, despite being an air nomad, is straight up evil. You know, something, there is an Arabic saying, kill everyone. Well, actually, the meme is kill all white people, but there aren't white people in Avatar, so... Okay. there are Chinese people, Japanese people, Koreans, Tibetans, and then Eskimos, Inuit. And that's all. Come on. Now, let's try Space Ranger here. I wonder if we'll get Storm, Tornado, or Deep Sleep here. Well, a lot of it was that Aang had more direct instruction. Sakura might have had the White Lotus, but other than that... And she was also just obstinate and not particularly interested in instruction. And again, some of that was just... There wasn't exactly a lot of Air Nomad instruction available, but even still. Let's take you out and... Oh, interesting. No, that did work. Come on. Bolt and dodge. Please, please. Boom. That took you out. Defeat the Galactic without taking damage. If I'd used Hammer, that would have been a lot more difficult, but we were able to sit back into our Ranger Blast, which was pleasant. Was that a Series 3? Yeah. Well, a lot of it... Korra was mostly self-taught, bending-wise. The main thing is that... Aang had airbending instruction. He learned the others from people during the journey, but she was self-taught for firebending and earthbending. Yeah, but he was... Those ones don't count for obvious reasons. Because it's, she's self-taught and a strong combatant, but the point is that she's self-taught entirely. Which means, again, she doesn't have the Avatar spiritual teaching, she doesn't have... Well, you know what? Ranger would be really nice here, wouldn't it? But, they got fire here. Let's switch out. Can't use too much too long. And then, oh, we probably meant to use Fire's Burn to get past. Okay, cool. So we defeated the Galactic without taking damage, which was the first mission. Got a nice Balloon Meister here. Let's suck you up. Will Bomb be good for anything here? Probably not. And then, another Rabbit Reel. Aww. Could we toss it up? No, not quite. Maybe if it were a little bit lower, or toss a little higher, but that's okay. Come on. Well, alright. Another one. Up on the side, and yep, this is why we could switch to bomb. What Ranger would do too, we just send down. Even still. And, oh, hello. So what do they want us to use Crash for here? They're just giving it to us. Yeah. And if he had to, he could just Energy Bend. There's that. So let's take out Crystal Wild Frosty using Crash. Bandicoot. Okay, cool. Nice. There was no mission. That just made it easier. Okay, cool. So now... That was decent. I didn't need to take that hit. That was sloppiness on my end. Okay. Oh, so this is probably in the same way that the base game's version of the stage used almost every mouthful, except for Coaster Mouth, which is silly. This one is probably going to use every DLC mouthful, because we got Gear, so we get Spring, and then of course Sign. Maybe. We'll see. That's there. Another one. Let's keep moving. It's an interesting trajectory you've got there. Got this going, and... Back in the day, I played for just a couple of days. Honestly wish I'd done more with it. Played a Minecraft server that was based on Avatar: The Last Airbender. It had some... It was plugin based, not mod based, plugin based. I remember I started as a water bender, and I had an interesting ability where you could create a water spout under your feet to, you know, leap up. Also, like, the Kirby water abilities, similar attack, but with its fountain hover. Oh, we need to go fast. Maybe. Red coin. Off to the side with that crystal flower. Oh, we gotta get a number of them, but... Oh, hello. Oh, what? Okay, there we go. Just the max of tomato. That was a mission. Find the treasure hidden on the sinking wall. Nice. And we just bound up top, and there we are. Very fun. So when it sinks all the way, it's just gonna go under the lava, isn't it? Yeah. Goodbye forever. Oops. How low can you go? It sinks all the way. Okay, see. Yeah, But the main thing is... I do wonder if they thought about having Korra die, originally, at the end of Season 3. Because, again, it's very obvious that they were constrained by a number of things, by the fact that it was, you know, a Nickelodeon show. But... Come on. Block. Let's freeze you. Galactal. We got Frosty. Guess we're fighting everyone here. Freeze you and take it down. Yeah. I mean, not in the sense that I dislike her as a character. I like her as a character. But it would have been an interesting narrative choice and probably been a good deal better for the show. Because a lot of it is about, to an extent, the place of non-bender humans. You know, what happens in a world without an avatar? A world with no avatar. But I think a lot of it is also just, that would mean that the Black Lotus would have effectively been correct. And I think for various reasons, they didn't want to do that. Okay, got you, and let's break surge you up. Boom. Nice. Anything else we can do with drill here? Probably not. A lot of abilities, a lot of other things. I just heard something. Oh, it was just a hammer copy essence because we got far away enough. We've seen Ranger, Fire Hammer. We haven't seen Tornado yet. Bomb, Cutter. I've seen Sword briefly. Here's our final sledding section. I was dumb. I could have hopped off into the lava right away. Okay, cool. Chocolate. No, that was fries. Okay. Would you like some chocolates? That's my Manny Dyer but Wimpy Kid impression. I'm sorry. Okay. Is it going to be destroy all the flowers, or is it going to be get all the enemies? That's the question. Oh, we got rings. Hello. I go fast. Probably something to do with the collect pieces. Hot dog. Ooh, gotta go to the side here. Ooh, that was rough. Okay, there's suction. Okay. I'll drink water once we're done sledding. Can't really pause or take my finger off it. Okay. And just one more, unless I missed one somewhere. I don't think I did. I didn't take any damage yet from this. We got a Starry. Second. Yeah, because this is a showcase of the DLC novels. I like it. So if it's no falling in lava, if it's get everything, if it's... Oh, that was evil. Okay. Thanks. Enemies, collect pieces, we got it all. Whatever we get at the end of this, we should receive, and it's one final Starry. Well, yeah, because all firebending is firebending. It's not anything genetic, it's... Because bending, in the end, is drawing from the power of natural phenomena. There wouldn't be a way for it to empower people who are just firebenders. You know, because in the end, it's not as if he's something different, it's... He's someone who is a firebender, a waterbender, an earthbender, and an airbender all at once. Okay, and avoid this flying debris. That might be a mission. Okay. And of course, the drill's really darn good at just staying underneath. Yeah. Oh, something is spinning that at me. That's unfortunate. Boom. No. Oh, we're gonna have to fight while avoiding debris. Well, there's nothing better to use than drill then, I guess. Okay, cool. Oh, no, you're just right here. Okay, cool. Or sword. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay. That's Pokemon Ranger you. Nice. This is good. This means we'll probably want to switch to sword after this. That's fine. Oh. Okay, you contacted the Quake Surge. That's good to go. Come on. Vending-Machine Knight Sword. Oh. Oh, okay. Alright. That was unpleasant. Thanks. Thank you. Ooh, crap. Okay. There'd be anything from taking damage from this. Thanks. Swipe. Okay. Dodge again. With swipe. Okay. Interesting. Got sword. We got tornado. Give me something good. Got Frosty, Bonkers, Wild Edge. That's all the mini bosses. Okay. Something there. Okay, yep. And of course, we got Spring Knot too. Nice. Tornado will give us some, well, appreciated speed. The main thing is that the idea of sort of, okay, what it would be like to scale an outright evil avatar. You know, it's not paladin powers, but, you know, given that it's, you know, Buddhist reincarnation, they couldn't really have an evil avatar. Okay, the Tortillion's there. It's gotta be a matter of dodging all the funny rocks. Guys, is this Toho? It's... You know, a true bloodlusted avatar is just not the kind of thing that really could happen, probably. It's limited to, you know, Korra Angry, which, to be fair, is not unremarkable, but it's very different from a true evil avatar. So clearly there's some pipe work underneath that. Okay. Does it not get hit? Is it not fall in the lava? Okay, whatever. Save the hidden starries and something with that Tortilding. Okay. Can you do your wave now? Okay. You're a cheater. You don't get to do that twice. Stupid, stupid. Didn't matter, though. It's probably not getting hit by the debris, right? Oh! That was an unpleasant surprise. I thought that was a cutscene. Yes! On one hand, yes. On the other hand, he was trying to kill me, so... My sympathies are limited. Okay, well, one of those got missed. Flower. Nice. Okay, cool. That takes me where? We didn't get every coin. Whatever. Take the folies out. This is just a fight 'em all with Springmouth. Oh no. Oh, great. Okay, dumb. Took damage, which is unpleasant. Okay. Jump over. Other side. So what, if anything, have I missed? Starry here, clearly. Okay, cool. Switch. Trigger. Nice. That's the last one. I don't really know if it can be said one way or the other. Another segment? Yeah, one last segment. How do I do this without getting crushed? Okay. Gotta just spam that jump button. Okay. No falling, no falling. Okay, cool. Yeah, get to the top without falling, getting pushed off, or getting swished. Wow! After so many times of having to repeat stages, this is one we actually managed to do all the missions of just through normally playing. To be fair, I was kind of tipped off by the fact that there was another no damage against Galactal mission. Sink in a wall and get to the top. Yeah, it's hard to say. There isn't really a point of comparison, of course. Oh, and we're above this whole underground complex. You can kind of see into a bit of Wild Discoverer more than you can in the normal end of Final Beast Pack mission. That's a really cool view. Okay. And we got to use a bit of Storm Tornado. That's nice. Pretty much everything I used here, even if only from the mini-boss who showed up. A snowman. Another Astronomer Waddle Dee. And blue starry coin. Crystal bits. Yeah, and we did get to use every DLC mouthful mode in this. It's not happening. It's not gonna happen. Alright, enough stories have gathered for the ceiling. Let's head for the volcanic island. What I will say is... No, the final boss is probably going to be the Heavenly Principles themselves, in the form of, you know, Kevin Kaslana / Finon / just Kevin. And to be totally honest, the fact that, you know, Finon is Kevin with a similar name to Faunace reinforces that to a decent degree. That's most people's... Thank you, Kirby. Got a special figure of Kirby with some stories as proof that you saved all the stories. Probably not, honestly. Just because they don't really do a lot of boss fights against... Aside from Tartaglia, and that was year 1, patch 2. Well, patch 1, technically. As in patch 1 from launch version. We haven't gotten, besides half of the Raiden fight, any real... I'm just thinking through... No, I'm an idiot. We got Arla. But to be fair, it's Tartaglia and... Both of them have boss forms. I don't really know what kind of... I guess they could do something for the Abyss Twin. But there aren't a lot of fights against enemies the same size as a player character. Because it's sort of the Souls principle that if you got your character in the center of view, without a lot of aerial movement to sort of adjust where they are in position, you want a big enemy so that your character on screen doesn't block your view of the enemy. You know, even the Hermetic Spirit the Spirit Speaker is a good deal bigger than normal people. Pamon's not going to be the final boss because she's just Asmodee. It wouldn't make sense for one of the Shades to be the final boss when the actual Heavenly Principles exist. Yeah, that's Asmodee. She's the one god who we didn't see in the recent animated short, and it's pretty much explicitly stated. You know, you see the unknown god depicted very clearly as Asmodee. I don't know. I actually don't know. I think it's about 50-50, at least in terms of that form. Especially since it's an open question as to sort of what element they would correspond to. Renova would probably be fire. You know, that much is... You know, Arlecchino is basically half Renova already. I don't have any strong preference at this point. I just like playing the game and doing boss fights in Abyss and Stygian and Imaginarium Theater. If they put out a character, I'm going to roll for the character. It would be very difficult for them to put out a character who I would actively decline to roll for. Thank you, Kirby. You know, I'm a greedy pig. I will eat my slop. Special figure of Kirby with some stories of proof that you saved all the stories. Actually, yeah. Probably Geo. it's... A lot of people have theorized... Well, let's look at this stupid figure first. Yay. Planet Protector Starries. The Starries are full of mystery. Where are they from? Where do they go? Spirits born from gems. They actually do kind of look like Prima gems. I'm not happy about that. They're also called Children of the Stars, as they often sail blissfully through space. It's said they once crystallized a fiend capable of destroying the entire galaxy. Sure. Let's do it now. My question for you is, why do you think that Asmodee would be Geo? Because I actually agree, but I want to hear why you think that. The big thing is, looks like a lot of stories have gathered. Let's head to the volcanic island and see what happens. We can finally complete the crystal. Looks like we'll make it in time to steal the Star of Darkness. So it's just about stage progression. You have to do them in order anyway, so what are you gonna do? I do wonder, because it's... There is enough, to be fair, I guess, there was technically enough space for a fifth, based on the size of these pips, for just normal figures, but... Is there gonna be a Volume 3 in this DLC? I guess I wouldn't be all that surprised if they actually put in another expansion. That could be fun. No, you couldn't be wronger than you just were. It's... Okay. Listen. Istaroth is time. She's explicitly associated with wind. Wind is the time element. It's not in the sense... When they say time and wind, they mean in the sense that wind is time. The heavenly principles and the shades are based on the artifact names. You have the heavenly principles themselves, / Phynon, Kevin, Phones. That's logic, logos, circlet of logos. Which is, it literally means word, but it also means... In both, it's basically, in a Gnostic sense, basically Gnostic Jesus. Sort of. And sort of the king of them all. And then the shades, and a lot of it is based off of the writings of a guy named William Blake, who was a big popularizer of Gnostic ideas in media and modern spirituality. But then you've got Feather of Death, that's Renova. You've got Flower of Life, that's Niberius / Rhindaudir, because she's got her finger in every single pie. You've got Goblet of Eonathem, which means empty space, or void, and that's Asmodee. She's explicitly stated to be the shade of space, I believe. Is it space specifically? No, let me look that up. Asmodee. Yeah, ruler of space, the shade of space. And... No, space is not time! Space is not time. Time and space are explicitly different things, at least in the game. They don't care about real science! This is not real science, this is William Blake. Istaroth and Asmodee are different characters. Did you think Istaroth and Asmodee were the same character? Because they're not. And then you have the Goblet of Eon, which is just time. And so, the main thing is that every time you interact with a crafting bench, it says Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire, which beyond just, Aristotelian and original classical elements, those are the main elements. And so, of course, Dendro, Electro, and Cryo are secondary. I need a nap. I didn't get a nap yesterday. I should have. So they're base, and you got 4 to 4. It's pretty obvious, and you've got other circumstantial evidence, which is again, Istaroth is connected to Venti, who is Animo. Time and Wind are mentioned explicitly have been together from the start of the game. Not in a sense of time and space, but as in time is wind. It's something that's constantly moving and flowing and progressing. Time and wind. Wind is not a thing you can touch. wind is air specifically in motion. Time is not something that can actually stay still. Time is characterized by its movement. And then you've got... I guess you could maybe say that Zhonghui's cubes, that's really more of a Chinese bird puzzle reference, could be said to be maybe something about Asmodee, but that's kind of more of a process of elimination thing. And then, so if wind is time, then pyro slash fire is very obviously, that's death. Because, you know, like we were talking about firebending, all it can really do is destroy, really. You know, it can nourish with heat, but mostly it's just burning stuff up. And Renova is connected specifically to Notlan, in the same way that Istaroth is connected specifically to Mondstadt and Wind. Mavica uses, the Pyro Archons use Renova's power, and the biggest one is honestly just that Arlecchino almost certainly is using Renova or Renova-related powers. You know, she's got a Green Reaper aesthetic, her second form looks a lot like Renova's eyed form. Though I guess you could say that Renova is maybe connected to Inazuma in a way, but Electro's not part of this equation because it's not Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire. Because the statue of the 100-eyed god is pretty much her. It's her wings. And so fire is death, wind is time, water is life, just that's kind of scientific. That's just obvious. You know, it's Niberius created Egeria, that's water, associated with Fontaine there. Shade of Life mentioned specifically in the context of Fontaine. And then it's Geo, you know, a plane, I guess, empty space. That makes some sense. But really, it's kind of a process of elimination thing. It's mostly a process of elimination thing. But the main thing is that just outside the game, Kiana's the Hersher of Void in Honkai 3rd. And Asmodee is just Genshin Kiana. Which does technically mean that Paimon is Genshin Kiana. Which makes it very funny, of course, and a lot of people guess that in part because Paimon had been the character on the app icon when previously it had just been various Kianas. Which maybe means that March 7th is Honkai Star Rail Kiana. And given the conspicuous absence of any Kianas in that game, I think that's probably the case, as someone who hasn't played it ever, but what do I know? Okay, cool. Let's play this game. Time to seal it. No, it's Bronya, because Bronya is the CEO of Mihoyo. And of course, when we seal it, it just cracks. Did we screw things up? Did we screw things up? Just Google Bronya seal. Oh hey! Is it dark matter? Is it a Java heart? No, well, the volcano's angry. Oh look, it looks like we actually did a bad thing. I mean, in the end, we're literally Kirby. We should have just fought it from the beginning. Something went to the volcano. Time to fight the blob. Actually, wait, so... And we got dropped down. Oops. Oops. Oh, is there gonna be a stage segment? Seems so. Star-crossed world. In the same way that Lab Discovery is, you know, the Discovery in the Japanese Kirby Discovery. Yeah. But, as playable, if they become, and I hope they do, you know, I'm not proud of it, but I do like Renova's design. Both of them. Especially since I already did like Orla. But, Renova would be Pyro, Niberius would be Hydro, which, you know, I did kind of expect a playable Rhyndoder to be Geo just because, you know, Albedo's mom, but I suppose it would make more sense for her to be Hydra in the first place, because, you know, she created all this life. And then, of course, Istaroth, Animo, with the literal femboy voice, at least in Japanese, because that is a guy voicing her. That's Murase Ayumu. You know, as the only male voice actor for Venti as well, because in every language, Isroth and Venti have the same voice. And then Geo Asmodee. Geo Paimon is funny. I guess in some way it makes some sense in that, you know, Geo Liwei gets pride of place as, you know, the Chinese region. So mascot character gets to be Geo, even though Geo has sucked for a long time. Though, of course, in the end, it's just... You don't need to care about reactions if you just make the multipliers big enough. But, as I was saying... And they'd probably all be catalysts anyway. Well, it is funny, but it's not a joke. Or at least, not a lie. It may be a joke and it may be funny, but it's not untrue. But, as I was saying... On this side, we can get a coin for... No, we probably just kicked a rock. Okay. Probably all be catalysts, though. There are already too many catalysts in that damn game. Then... You know, in the end, they could already just make other non-base weapons that use this sort of model skeleton in the existing models. There's nothing stopping them from making a hand axe sword. You know, they made a buzzsaw polearm. To be fair, enough it doesn't really use it. Okay. I don't know. I'm one of the few people who actually hopes that the Tsaritsa is Bronya. And she almost certainly will be anyway, but... Oh, this is... It's Japanese now. Did I set anything wrong? Or different? And that's another one of those signs. The one we jumped onto in one of the water stages with Gearmouth. And oh, this is a bit like Alterna from Splatoon 3. Yeah, because... Okay, so this is where the spaceship would have come from. Because the billboard mentions it was the song used when the spaceship went off. So this is probably where the spaceship came out of. Oh, I see a rocket ship, so yeah. So we have the laboratory as the side of the final boss of the base game, and then... Yep, it's the rocket launch location. Donkey Kong Bonanza was basically Splatoon 3. This game is also basically Splatoon 3. Oh, we got Starryflowers. Yeah, I'm glad we brought Tornado in. Gonna make it a bit faster to that. And then... Oh, a Maxim Tomato and our choice of any ability. Interesting. What do we want to use? No Sleep or Crash? Bomb sucks. Needle's unwieldy. Drill is not going to work on a fast-moving enemy. Space Rangers, Fire sucks. Ice is situational. Cutter could be fun. Meta Knight Sword strong. Wild Hammer sucks. I could go out with Toy Hammer. I'll probably use Toy Hammer for the arena, but I kind of just want to go for Storm Tornado. Well, Paimon had a staff in some early release art. She might be a polearm character with that staff she had. Though to be fair, I would love a Paimon who's playable with her current proportions. If any character is going to have a completely unique model, it should be her. But I think they would probably do some kind of playable Asmodee. Maybe something... We don't know how Durin's going to be yet, but I can easily see Mini Durin being a sort of summon for off-field. So that we are able to see Mini Durin again. I could see Asmodee being playable with some kind of Paimon summon, or Paimon mode change. Oh, Constellations? Constellations are Celestia's way of controlling humanity. There were some recent leaks that were not entirely corroborated, I suppose, though I guess we haven't had the diecast yet. That essentially a vision is... the casing of a vision is literally... Or... A vision is in some way the soul of its holder. It is explicitly stated in some of the Narcissus Course Order documents that if you get a vision, basically binds you in service to Celestia in some way, and that true transcension requires not getting a vision. And that it's a way to, well, given that visions, in the Japanese and Chinese, their name is Eye of God. Gnosis is Heart of God. And, you know, whatever you want to say about the Gnosis, the main thing is that the vision is implied to be, in some sense, surveillance. I don't think that corresponds to... The gameplay level corresponds to anything. You know, Constellation level, and the only mention of a Stella Fortuna we get is... Satwali talks about her binding her... Its Papa being her Stella Fortuna in one of her birthday letters. Well, the one birthday letter we've got, because she hasn't been out for more than a year. But I would have to look at the Chinese and Japanese for that, probably, to see what she really meant by that. I don't think there's any difference in con level reflected in lore. I think that's pure gameplay. But constellations and visions are a method of control. That much is certain. We can't go off the platform now. This is how they went to space. Awfully small. How many people actually evacuated? No, I'd want to be a dragon. I'm the next Pyro Dragon. Obviously. Oh! So what is this thing gonna be? Okay. Gotta focus on this game now. She's not a dragon. What is this gonna be called? Oh, and it's... Okay, it is just... Another Alphalus. Peristella Crystallis is... Genwell Medioelphus? Genwell Medionelphus. Hello? And it's got a lot more spears. Okay, oh, hello. Thank you. Good. How much HP do you have? Well, this is probably the only phase of the fight, maybe. So this is not Elphalus. This is Elphalus' sibling? Holy crap. At least its damage isn't crazy. It is really funny that they just reuse the final boss. Suppose there's some charm in that, but it's also silly. Okay. And this is why we wanted Tornado, because it produces a truly ridiculous amount of stars. Okay, cool. Thanks. Oh, and we lost those, because... Okay, don't... Oops. Let me see. And all of them are gonna get shot at you. Yeah, these are remixed versions of the final boss's attacks. Plainly. Okay. No. Thanks. This is good. Though, of course, Toy Hammer would be even better, I imagine. Thanks. And, of course, you left. Annoying. Can't shoot you. Gonna scatter the arena again. We just gotta stay down. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay. Didn't get that. Oh. Yeah, but it was very plain. And this did actually get swallowed me by some jerk's YouTube thumbnail. But it is just another... Oh, you were fast. Another Elphalus. Dark! Hello! Okay, Thanks. Thanks. Dog. Oh, okay. Oh, we're frozen! Oh, no. Holy crap. Gotta... Not poor. You're trying to destroy the world. Okay. Thanks. It was just, yeah, there was a second one. Okay. So funny to me. And, okay, we got it. Oh, I didn't like that. What if we had broken the crystal? Okay, we just had to hide in the side of the arena. Okay, cool. Maybe it would have been better to use some kind of hammer. That's okay. Let's jump up. Holy Dark Eater Medeer. Or maybe see if it scales. But we should... Can we dodge through? No, we can't! What the heck? Good lord. Okay. Thanks. Dodge. Let's actually just hover over it. We cannot afford to be. Come on. Oh, the meteor attack is coming. Great. Well, it's pretty well telegraphed. There's dark spots on the ground. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we got out of the way of it. Oh. Okay, the plant goes away. That's good. Thanks. Oh, you know, actually just spamming normal attack's pretty decent too, but I would do better off to just hit you normally. Yeah, the base damage of Storms. I should have just done that and gotten stars when I had a good chance at it. It's not done. We're probably gonna have to dome mouth it. Yeah, exactly. Or wait. Are you just leaving? Oh, you're trying to absorb the power of the stars. So the entire time, all we did was just feed it more power. That's funny. And now... Oh. Falling back down, it would be really nice to get a heal for Phase 2. It maxed out its Mindscape Cinema. Tornado is actually just good at moving. I was trying too hard to just use its star suction when... Kinoko Nasura. Okay. General Median Elfless. A sword? Okay, cool. C6, R5. Maxed out its light cone. Okay. Dodge. That's fine. Oh, and look! We can... Okay, come on. Oh, it spawns in... Oh, you're kidding. You nasty little... Jump. You go for another one? I'm probably not gonna finish this fight. Okay. Okay. Ouch. Dodge. And... Whoop. Good damage. Okay. I should have picked hammer or something. Oh, you gotta swing a big building. Oh, you Metal Gear Excelsis. Yep, I figured there was gonna be a shockwave. Yay, okay. Ooh, oh, we got some ability to... Oh, a bigger swing. Great. Hi. No, genuinely, what are you doing here? Oops. Yeah, that's it. How many coins are... We lose 50 of both kinds of coin? Die. Oh, and we gotta start over from Phase 1. Okay. Okay. What do I want to use? It might actually... Let's just use Cutter. Don't get a lot of chances to really let Cutter perform. So let's use Cutter. Because it does... It's good power from a distance. It's a bit trickier to use than Ranger. But in theory, its damage output... Both... You know, like... I didn't want that. I didn't want that. If we're gonna have to do this, we have to start from Phase 1. Star Volcano, and oh, see the boss here now. Okay. Okay, good. I am not a cheater. I mean, not cheating, but... If it's gonna be a fight, it's gonna be a fight. It is on it. Given all the new attacks, at least for Phase 2, it's just... Makes me wonder why they didn't just make the enemy more different. I don't know. It is what it is. The lead-up is pretty long. It might have been good to pick Storm Tornado just to go back through, but I didn't expect it to pop me back in Phase... Get over it. I didn't expect it to pop me back in Phase 2 there. Okay. Let's just keep on doing our slide jump. Okay. There we go. Black holes can theoretically be sated. Kirby might have a limited-sized mouth, but in terms of pure amount, I suppose, probably be more. Maybe. Okay, cool. Gemelphus. Yeah, there's a second one. Because of course there is. But, so where are they coming from then? Thank you, thank you. We'll see. Let's watch it one more time. Make it the last time. I honestly expected a heal for phase 2. Main thing is, I should have honestly used Toy Hammer. Now, I could also try using Peristella, Crystallus, Parasitic Star, Crystal, Genwell, Median Alphas. Don't know what the well is. Peristella. Or Crystal Parasitic Star. And now, you have nothing to gain from that. Okay. Cool, and thank you. Final Cutter's good and strong. Okay. We can... Okay, come on, where are you? Well, that's alright. So what tells me which double is the correct one? Luck, I guess. Annoying. I just probably need to be ready to dodge. Okay. Dodge. Could try Crystal Needle, which would be fun for this specific fight. How'd that still hit me? Come on. Okay. Let's spam some Final Cutter on you. Dodge. Thanks. Okay. Alright. This may also be unwise. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you have to get closer than is really feasible for Final Cutter. Is it... It's harder to gauge when the enemy is this big. Yeah, I just need to try various spamma. Okay. Timing hurt. That timing hurt. Okay. Come on. Dodge, dodge. Okay, cool. Thanks. Dodge. Oh, you need to time that pretty well, too. Wow, I was not expecting this level of brutality. Okay. Thanks. Ah, we got a chance to just wail on you. Nice. But the Funnel Shock means we can't just spam Funnel Cutters. That is almost certainly meant as balance. Okay. Dodge. Well, not if we dodge into the crystal. Okay. Got it. Oh, good God. That was worse. Okay. Okay. Alright. I really like how you can... They're gonna blow up. If I used that as my sole method of attack, I would have been fine. I didn't need to go for those Final Cutters, and I took a lot of... Oh, risks I didn't need to. I really took a lot of risks I didn't need to. But just doing the return cutter, jumping over it as it comes back with a fully charged one, is a safe and consistent, albeit maybe unexciting tactic. So, let's run it. Hello. Phase 2. Hello. Losing 5 story coins was unpleasant because of how stingy they are with them, really. Okay. And you. No different name for phase 2, you just got bigger. Okay. Thanks. Huh? Huh? Okay, well, alright. Thank you. And... cool. Oh my goodness, your damage is unpleasant. We high. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should just take Morpho Knight Sword or something. Dodge, dodge. Okay. Where are the cracks? Okay. Dodge. Okay. Whoop. A lot of attacks where you just miss time. Okay. And those crystals are gonna burst and just a hazard, probably. Okay, cool. I understood. Okay. Hit the tail. It's probably the biggest enemy in the game, I think. Okay. Crystal. Oh, they're homing! What the hell? Okay. Really? No! No. I am not that kind of person. I think we just need to use Morpho Knight Sword. This is legitimately tough. I wonder if they expect you to have sleep buffs or something. But it could go for space. No, no. Base Kirby never gets any kind of scaling. You can't upgrade the damage of a star from base Kirby. And it's a lot rougher. Even though there's so many stars it drops, you cannot pick up nearly as many as you might think. Oh, and from second on it just... okay. Well, no, actually. No change. Okay. Okay. This is fun. I really was not expecting Kirby to actually give me trouble with this, but in a way I like that. Again, is there going to be a third set of EX figures in the DLC? Or more DLC wouldn't be the worst thing, though I would really prefer one with more abilities. I was at least expecting some sort of crystallized upgrade for abilities, even if it didn't change their appearance. I don't know. The power level is honestly based around for this fight. Fully upgraded abilities. Maybe I should just use the deep sleep buffs. Whatever. I could use Toy Hammer, but it would be pretty cheap. You know what? It's the king of aerial attacks. You can stay in the air. Keep hovering. It's probably what I want to do and how I want to handle it. Could be using Morpho Knight Sword, but that's cheap, and this fight is not the final boss. So post-final boss upgrades are going to be... that would be a little cheap to use. Okay. Okay, this is the last time. If I fail again, I skip this. But a spin attack is strong, but you gotta charge it. Best DPS is gonna be the spin moves. Upper calibers, I believe. But it is really funny, just, okay, why? Another elf voice that never got mentioned. Dodge, slash, thank you. Slap, slash. Oh, you're kind of paralyzed while I do that. Oh, okay, that's big. Dodge. Okay. Dodge. Dodge. Okay, come on. Dodge. Try to do a slide slash on that. Yeah! It actually keeps him in place? Oh, that's crazy. I had never really tried that attack in a meaningful context. Okay, you gotta dodge to the right. Oh, interesting. Okay. Slash, and 1, 2, slash, down. 1, 2, slash. You can get 2 of those off. Yeah, this is so much better. It's not even funny. Oops. Dodge, slash, 1, 2. Keep you up. It's doing so much better. I might actually like Meta Knight Sword better than Morpho Knight Sword just because of the upper caliber. I like that every sword moveset arguably has its own use. Take lots of damage in that state, of course. I dodge, dodge, and dodge on you. Thank you. 1, 2. As soon as I see. Oops, never mind. Okay. 1, 2. Slash. That made all of you move a little slower. As soon as I see you move, this is actually tricky to dodge. Yeah, we can keep you in one place when that attack's running. That's crazy. Okay. 1, 2. Slash. Boom. 1, 2. Slash. Boom. 1, 2. Slash. Boom. 1, 2. Slash. Yeah, even bosses get stun locked by that. I had never thought to try that in a live fire scenario. That's insane. That's insanely good. There you go. Basically the utility of ice. But you don't have to... The other thing with ice is that if the enemy teleports, which Alphalis and median Alphalis seem to do. Any fire buildup if you're using fire, ice buildup if you're using ice just goes away. So this is quite nice. If I was using hammer, it would be even easier, even if it was without hammer. Well, the hammer just isn't fun to use because of how slow it is. Okay. Cool. And we should be able to just hover above the crystal sword. Yeah. Yeah! Okay. Look at that wonderful damage. Bet there are a lot of attacks I'm just not gonna have to even see this time. Okay. 1, 2. Slam. 1, 2. Slam. Okay, well, alright. 2. Slash. 1, 2. Slash. This is so much better, it's not even fun. Seems you pull out the building at a certain time. Thanks. Well, okay. We should just move out of the way. This is the kind of attack you just jump over. Okay, cool. Building is almost gone because we're breaking pieces of it off each time. What does conjure? Okay. Come on. Ooh, okay, never mind. Alright. Thanks. Before that goes away, slash 2. Never mind. 1, 2. How to do this slide up, dodge. Oh, more of them. More of them. Oh, you're being tricky. Okay, fine. That wasn't too bad. This is gonna be the one that sucks, right? Maybe. Dodge. Dodge. No, the side of the arena is actually a total safe spot. Okay, 1, 2. Ouch. Please. 1, 2. Slash. Keep it in place. Good and vulnerable. 1, 2. Oops. That was a bad idea. Okay. No, but Meta Knight Sword is... Can't be too... silly about it, but... Oh, and it's another tail swipe. Dodge. Thank you. 1, 2. Splash. And we avoided some of them. 1, 2. Ah. 1, 2. I just gotta time that right. Another building. This is a fun fight. And even if the model is pretty similar, it's very, very different. Oh, you have to move through the building. Oh, hello. And stay out of the way there. Bro, did I take damage from that? Maybe. 1, 2. Slash. 1, 2. Ah. That upper caliber's big. But to be fair, you got a lot of time that you could probably use to charge stuff out. So you probably want to dodge. Okay. 1, 2. Slash. Dodge. 1, 2. Ah, stupid. Under the right direction. 1, 2. Slash. Down. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Slash. Slam. And that's it? On a sliver of HP. Wait. Is it not dead yet? Oh, the orb. That's... Oh, that's phase 3, isn't it? Of course that is a Chaos Alphaless phase. Big ol' eye. Please heal me. Come on. Or is this just a masterful kind of general median Alphaless? Okay, this is just meteors. Okay. 2. Just gotta shatter it. Oh, this is a good deal like a Magor fight. I mean, Grand Doomer. A bit like Magor, a bit like Grand Doomer. Holy crap. Thank you. Please give me food. I come down. It get more and more attacks with each phase. Where are you? It's another one. Was it going to charge up something like off waves? I hope not. But it's very dark matter-esque. Crystal's getting smaller and smaller. Okay. Die. Come on. Rubberoo! Die! Oh, please. Of course you're always damaging your own summons. Take one hit, I'm done for, right? Definitely. What? Oh, Crystal's gone, and now it's just the eye itself. Okay. Die. Holy adrenaline. Let's see 1 through frame of Kirby before we unload it. Okay. I'll take it. Goodbye forever. Not really. Oh, and all the star power you took back is... Crystal power you took back is gone. And your lance is still there. Not suspicious. Yeah, exactly. It almost makes me think that they thought about putting Spear in the game as an ability with the DLC, but took it out for one reason or another, because Spear has a moveset in the game as Bandanidy. That was phase 3. As Bandanity's moveset, they could have just added it. Spears for Alphaless, and I guess Median Alphaless would have made sense. Also Galactonite, but they didn't put Galactonite in this one. Yeah, they had the Galactals as the new mini-boss. You know, literally named like Galactonite, and then just total bait and switch Kirby. Wake up, Kirby, the story is there. Come on. Look, they're gathering in the sky. They're gathering in this sky. See ya. And now the heart is fully sealed and the lance is there. Which, again, this actually isn't done yet. See ya. Yeah, but we didn't actually destroy it for good. The strange feeling that I wrapped in the embrace of the story's light in the distant past, too. Yeah, because technically, since you don't have to beat the final boss before this encounter, though it's a good deal tougher than the actual final boss, it's not technically revealed yet that Elfowin is the other half of Elfowis, who is, you know, the original boss that Median Alphaless is a clone of, essentially. That might be why I was able to hear their voices. I hope the stories get to travel the universe and explore freely from now on. see it. Another credit sequence. Twinkling star showers. Yeah, and this is just basically Simlish. Well, there's a little bit left, which is another arena. That's not the end of things. Jewel Storm is over there. No. It's clearly, you know, it's a Japanese-based nonsense language. But this is the second song by the woman that sing the song for the base game. Well, the one thing left to do, I guess, is that final arena. Got all the stories, so... How can I join the Mario Club? Guess you have to get invited by Mario. They're just debuggers. Debugging video games is horrible work, by the way. They basically make you repeat the same action or set of actions again and again and again, testing for unexpected behavior. And time is gone. Where will you go? Past the sun. It's stated that this song is some sort of prophecy in-game from some sort of dream. But again, it's technically unclear, I suppose, whether Adeline and Ada were human. But... because again... yeah, I forgot what her real name is, but... Nachel is the name in-game. Don't believe it was... well, probably would have been revealed during the credits of the base game. I just wasn't really looking. The bell tolls for life. Now, they should have added the bell ability. There is a bell ability. It was only in Triple Deluxe. It might have been in Robot. It was in Triple Deluxe in some of the Kirby Fighters games. Not sure about any of the others, though. Let's see something. Cool. Yeah, but you have that script at the bottom, which is one of the ways in which people are able to decipher the English letters that each of the in-game letters corresponds to, because it is just sort of upside down and corrupted Latin script. It's all in English, too. In Zelda, the Hyrulean script, Hylian, is depending on the game, either essentially alternate characters for English or alternate characters for Japanese. But Zelda actually cares less about its lore than Kirby does, amusingly, so it is what it is. Okay, we're back here. Unlocked a new arena, I believe. Unlocked some new DLC songs. With your glimmering memories to music, the band can now play new songs you've heard in Star-Crossed World. A 4th star, which looks different on the arena, and now it looks that's so out of place. Well, whatever. There's an extra super decisive battle that goes beyond the Ultimate Cup Z. You can now enter the Ultimate Cup ZEX in the Coliseum. To enter the Ultimate Cup ZEX, visit the booth in front of the Coliseum. Good luck? No, seriously. Good luck. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just use Toy Hammer. So glad the stars returned to their original forms and got to go back to space. I'm sure they're traveling through some distant corner of the universe now. Heard their voices from the sky as they left. They said, thank you. There's no telling what might happen when a giant meteor falls from the sky. But of course, once again, all eyes were on you as you saved the day, Kirby. Not only that, but you saved all the starries. They forgot a comma. Fell all over the world. That's amazing. And that's the Kirby we know and love. Okay. Wonder if the volcano is going to look any different now. Oh, yeah, the Fallen Star Volcano, because it is technically its own world, I suppose. Lost 100 starry coins to that fight. Terrifying presence on this island. Shake it off Elf One. We have to go. Oh yeah, because it is technically its own separate world. Okay. Cool. What's interesting is that actually counts as a starry stage. Sort of the starry equivalent of Lab Discovera. It's the base game's final. Treasure Road. No Treasure Road, so it's actually a blank space for the Treasure Roads. Okay, cool. That's fine. Let's do that final arena. Deep sleep buffs? Nah, I'll be okay. But I really, really liked Ultimate Cup ZEX. Impressive name for a tournament. Want to give it a try. Hi, oh, talk to you. Got the scoop on the stories. Oops, I don't really have any new information to share with you. Though I did recently hear about a present code Story Search. You can use it one time at Waddle Deliveries. I've learned a lot about this world while guiding you around it. Wouldn't mind hopping on a star with you for a grand adventure around the planet, same day, Kirby. So, you can only do this while you're online, actually. I think that applies even for... Sorry. Like, collective blueprints don't work, never you doubt, because if you don't have all of the blueprints, Wise Waddle Dee tells you where some are, but that was never a problem for me. So, Story Search. Announced online. And yeah, you do have to connect online even for the base game ones. Okay. Cool. Starry. I do appreciate that I did not have to... Oh... rotate the joystick and just destroy my controller at all. What's it gonna be? Maybe that's the last present code. That's base one. And that's... normal Carmouth cake and some starry coins. Okay, cool. Other than that, got a new... empty spot for the third, huh? Well, Kirby, thank you for saving this world from the Star of Darkness. Now that peace is returned, I can feel safe observing the stars again. Care to make a little trade while you're here? Draw from Volume 1 or Volume 2. 250! What the heck? And it's just the only way to really get any meaningful amount of Star Coins is just do Ultimate Cup a bunch of times. It's so silly. You didn't even really reach your hand in. Lazy. 150. It's interesting. Yeah, after... That's more reasonable. Okay. A barrel. Yeah, these are just totally bottom of the barrel. Why are these figures? I guess we haven't gotten very many dupes. A Live Mall banner. Starry coin. I'd like to get all of them today. all the figures, and the red story coin. Maybe on my own time I'll try to get max of each, but that would be hell. That would be hell. And animal crystal skull. Okay. Cardboard box. Snake. Snake. So there's 6 more in Series 1. Did not gotten the median elf for this one yet. Another sealed meteor. Okay. Flashing arrow sign. 5 left. Beach ball. 4 left. Another beach ball. And deer mouth again. Green starry coin. Be a pile of starry coins, right? Yeah, it's 3 left. Oh, we already got the pile. Coral. 2 left. Crystal Cappy. Nothing left seems to have any kind of real description. Then we can move on to the next. A bench. That's cute. 1 more left. We're guaranteed a new one every few draws, a storage box. So now we can move on. It'd be nice to get 9 of each, because none of these are unique. The only unique one we've seen so far is Planet Protector Starries. What does the outline mean here? Unique ones are interesting. There was nothing else to use starry coins for, so... And I don't think there was a Series 3, which again leaves a very conspicuous empty spot. I would not object to more Kirby DLC. Oh, and it's Peristella Crystallis, General Medion Elfless. The Legend of the Meteor was considered a fantasy from ancient times, but the discovery of ID F86, which is Fecto Forgo, but they don't say it because it's kind of technically a spoiler, because he can do this before the actual final boss, it's just harder. The sinking of the islands, it seemed there might be some truth to the story. Just as the ancient researchers predicted, the evil meteor soared through space, determined to destroy the world. Unpleasant. And, oh! Hard-working Waddle Dees. So many Waddle Dees work so hard to keep the town running. They take pride in their work and they each master their skills so they can pitch in and make life better for everyone else. Just look at the cute hats. And a sign. Shop wagon. So that... okay. And Twinkling Star Shower's song's not in good condition. Their song rang out not only on this world, but across the galaxy, riding the radio waves emitting from the spaceship's hangar. Long after there was no one around to hear it, it debuted on the ship's departure day. Yes, the soothsaying songstress was among those who chose to remain on the planet and die. Well, it's not like they were escaping any kind of hazard. Spaceship New World. Spaceship New World is capable of warping to other galaxies. It's a prototype, but it's similar to another ship that once took travelers to the stars. The familiar theme park Mondari and a special song, you know the one, used to make travelers feel safe as they boarded. And cool combo Twin Wild Frosty Double Trouble, which we do at the end of... fight them at the end of Blizzard Bridge. Tries the menace, get ready for a wild rampage as snowballs roll, twin titanic terrors charge behind. And the beast pack takes notice, dubbing them the ferocious frozen fangs. Can you get any more crystal mini-boss? Fishing Pond Bandana Waddle Dee, that is incredibly specific. It started out as a nice relaxing day with Kirby and Bandana Waddle Dee fishing lazily at the town's pond. One little tug on Bandana Waddle Dee's alarm led to a big struggle that might just send him into the water. Whippers are not to be taken lightly. So there should be one we get from doing the final encounter. Every mini-boss is wild mini-bosses, so a lot of these are just group pictures. 3 of Planet Popsters and mid-bosses have grown quite comfortable with the wild ways of this new world's beast pack. Maybe a bit too comfortable. World is they're even wilder than the indigenous beasts. Florina, who's from the New World, sometimes finds their behavior off-putting. So you're going to be one of those for Crystal, or another sign? Okay. Ticket booth. A lot of them are just various things from the main game, base game, that they made figures of that had not already existed, like that one Darian map. Oh, Slobby King. Bring more fruit and make it snappy. It might seem as though this king is just lazing around. He's actually got a lot on his mind. Kings feel bad too, you know. All the stuff they did to the Waddle Dees back in the day stirs up the emotions as King is considering a royal but brief apology. Cross Street Tree, as in capturing the Waddle Dees when he was possessed. And oh, both of them! The rivalry lives on, because the base game had figures for us against DDD and us against Meta Knight. Rivals learned to survive in a new world. King DDD was starving when he joined forces with the King of the Beast. Meta Knight, sensing the sinister will of something to the north, Vector Forgo, shook it off and became a protector of Waddle Dee Town. About 16 more, oh my goodness. But again, at least some of these. At least one of these should be from the final arena. And a cactus. The final Series 4 didn't really have any nothings like this one seems to. Commemorative photo. The beast pack comes to play. Animals all the way. Never mind the fact that Carol leads Leon along by the paw. Apparently, the Japanese does not suggest that he's reluctant. No, to be fair, reading that as reluctance is maybe a bit fan interpretation anyway. What matters that as a commemorative photo inspires us to sing a certain theme song, right? All together now. Tra-la-la-la, you animals. Animals. Okay. Another cactus. Okay. 3 cacti. Circuit tires, and yeah, that's such a bizarre choice. Freight ship anchor. Come back when you want to draw again. We don't even get the option because we're plumb out. Yeah. Okay. 12 left, so okay. Let me just check the movie booth, because there should be at least a couple more cutscenes. New ones. Welcome to Walt Disney Cinema. Great time. Previewing a new movie today. Which movie would you like to watch? DLC ones. And there's a no Elfwin variant of the DLC arrival. Starcross World credits. Meteor Storm of Dark and Light. Song of the Starfall Children. Jewel Storm. Ported Seas for those stages. Panspermia, Color of Ruin. Which is, Panspermia is essentially the scientific theory that this is one where you can use science. That life originated from bacteria on meteoroids and comets. Asteroid Nemesis Jewel. Giant Impact, all caps. Giant Impact. I play that game. Roche Spear falling. Oh, it's called the Roche Spear. The theme of the final boss is called Two Planets Approach the Roche Limit, which is where planets get close enough that their gravity tears each other apart. Massive Shining Source panel movements, the planet's cradle ending in their 2 more. I wonder if one of them's Kirby Master. Feel free to stop in any time. True 100%. Okay. So, let's get Toy Hammer. Morpho Sword. That's good too. You know what? Let's use Morpho Sword. Just for fun. Morpho Sword, it's unannounced, but its final hit, which can be done instantly when you do a dodge, you instantly do the 3rd hit, drain some health, depending on combo length, which is pretty fun. Also, it's got spin attacks, also has the ability to fully charge the sword and make it big, at which point you just do it like this. Also, you can spam these swings, which is probably the best way to... I don't know. Whatever. Been a while since I used Morpho Knight Sword, so let's do it. Hello, welcome to the Coliseum. If you're here to enter a tournament, you came to the right spot. Holy crap. The Ultimate Cup ZEX is now available at the Coliseum. Challenging battles with ferocious bosses await you. And total of 12 battles, and they are so stingy with story coins. They really do not want you to get 9 of each. Total of 12 battles, question mark. You're actually going to enter the extra tournament, are you serious? It's horrifying and terrifying with super dangerous, powered up enemies. A chaotic meteor charge coliseum. Even I, a professional commentator, can only accompany you as far as the waiting room. After hearing that, if you're really sure what's stop you, best of luck, Kirby. Okay, cool. Well then, how many tomatoes do we have? We have tomatoes. The meteor's influence reached so far. Things are looking terrifying. I should have just used hammer. I really should have just used toy hammer. The music's different too. Nice. And, oh, they're different! Holy crap. Enemies are a lot more intimidating here. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 1, slap, jump. Okay. Oh, holy crap. That damage was ridiculous too. Yo. As you can see, got a little bit of health back. Dodge. Okay. Spin. Thanks. Now you go back on the rafters. You were a lot harder this way. But dodge. And dodge. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. No sword beam, but I honestly prefer the base moveset. Especially since you don't really get a lot of windows to charge up. Okay. Should get one here though. Okay. There's still wild bonkers. Okay. What? No. Dodge. 1, 2. Thank you. Okay. Alright. Slam. Oh, oops. Imagine if I lost it there. Okay. Last hammer and... Oh, Galactol! Oh, you're kidding. Come on. Dodge. Holy moly. Okay. Boom. Okay, alright. Are you stronger this way? I think. Maybe I want to use the hammer. Dodge. We can accumulate more health, but... Okay. Alright. Dodge. Okay, oops. And we lost as much as we gained. Okay? Come on. Slam. Okay. Okay. Wow. This is a lot rougher. Okay. Again, you're definitely meant to do this with a second health bar. After the fight. Dodge. Okay. Dodge. Nice. Ouch. Thank you. Music's different too. Okay. And... Come on. 1, 2. Slam. 1, 2. Slam. If I can get that charge off, spamming the jump attack is good. It is honestly meant to be rougher. If I wanted an easy time, I'd be using Toy Hammer. Instant! Holy crap. Tornado. Okay. 1, 2. We missed! Okay. And... Dodge. Slap. Dodge. Slap. Dodge. Oh, ouch. Okay. Please. What are you gonna do? Rock. Dodge. Okay, nice. 1, 2. Slam. 1, 2. Slam. 1, 2. Slam. Okay. Yeah, they basically instantly start in phase 2. It's amusingly similar to how Evernight Sovereigns work in Elden Ring. Okay, again. Okay. Dodge. 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Slap. Dodge. Dodge. Keep on dodging. Okay. This is so different, too. Just the enemy behavior on a fundamental level is different. That said, it's hard to get much more damaging than a sword die with a fully charged Morpho sword, but it's dangerous foes are ahead, but if you made it this far, you're dangerous too. I bet. Okay, and already charging. Okay, come on. Dodge. Dodge. Okay. 1, 2. Slam. 1, 2. Slam. Okay. Gonna break the floor, huh? Okay. Okay. And get that back. Instantly, automatically. Okay, come on. Dodge. 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 Thanks. Slam down on you. Very good. Can keep that going as long as we. Okay. These waifus. Okay. Dodge. Okay. They come at us. Don't seem to be all that directionally inclined. Tornado's gotcha. I'll take it. Okay. That's a bit of my water. God, this Kirby, you're so tough, you're so cool. Oh, lost my composure. And in terms of pure speed, best ability is going to be Toy Hammer probably, but I've learned all these fights, and they are so different now. Ouch. Ouch. Thanks. Slam. Okay. Alright. Gonna aim at me at all, or what are they gonna do? Okay. Oh, we lost it. Stupid. Dodge. Dodge. Okay. And now, you don't really start in phase 2. Kind of hard for you to do that. Okay. Well, alright. Thanks. 1, 2. Okay. Slam. Big air pops. Dodge. Oh, no, that closes off an area of the arena. That's different. That's a very, very different way for that to work. Okay. Make it done. Okay. I thought I would have avoided that. Okay, guess not. And now the labyrinth comes. The evil thing. Okay. Let's have to learn all these new behaviors. But normally slashing away is good because it allows us to regain health. Thank you. That last hit ended the fight, so we didn't get the health back. Okay. More mini-bosses. Everyone in town is rooting for Kirby. I hope their cheers reach. They won't. Still Wild Frosty. Thanks. I took you out. Nice. Boom. 1, 2. Slam. Very good. A second Galactal. Come on. Okay. Okay, and we can keep that going semi-perpetually, which is nice. Okay, come on. Thank you. And slam. Nice. Just a wild edge. Boom. 1, 2. Slam. Okay. Okay, I was silly about that. Nice, I guess. Oh, please. Let's hit you from behind. I'm gonna need to go up after this one. Thank you. A little bit of health, because the fight only ends once they disappear. Okay. Okay. And to Meta Knight, at least Kirby's about to face the terrifying 4 warriors and 4 back-to-battles. Oh, so I presume in the Japanese, they call the last 4 fights before Elphois the 4 Heavenly Kings. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello. I didn't like that. You automatically? Okay. Oh, we got a new remix of... Ah, that's incredible. Okay, that's what I really like to see. Dodge. Thanks. Clash, clash. Oh, wait, what? Huh? Hey! Were we too close? We were too close. That was stupid. Okay. Does that every time? Normally he only does that if you're slow. Okay. How many drops are there going to be? Normally there are 3. I expect a 4th. No, there wasn't. Okay, whatever. Thanks. I'm just disappointed we didn't manage the clash of a stronger Phantom Meta Knight. The base game, he has a theme, but it's different. What if versus Night Fight, and the next war is some kind of king, I think. Some kind. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Toy Hammer would be better. It would be. And... okay, you're coming right at us. Okay, dodge. Okay, cool. And dodge. Cool. Nice. Okay, alright. Another DD remix for this is crazy. In a good way. Dodge, and okay. We gotta heal in. Okay. Where are we? Thanks. Slam. Punch it. Slam down. Time for phase 2. You are going to go back at full health. What thing is this? Okay. Suction. That's... okay. You're done. Slam, and... well, alright. More meteors, probably. Okay. On the side, you'll come straight back and, well, not actually connect, I guess. Thanks. Thank you. Slam down. Okay, cool. But rough, and there's a bit of a Japanese feel to this. I like it. And beast back. Okay. They got me. Dumb. Slam. Okay. Why are you just the way you are? Why don't you slam down? And balloon master. Okay. Dodge. Dodge. Okay. Dodge. Rob is what's rough. Okay. Dodge. So we have to really should be dodging out of the way. Oh my goodness. Oh lord. But you're quicker after. Dodge. Okay. 1, 2. Stop the charge. This is, to be fair, Morpho Knight Sword is also highly overrated, but what a royal rumble for a third war since a beast tainted by psychic energy. Okay. We'll go beyond. Cool. And instant beam. Okay. Come on, just like that. Okay. 1, 2, slam. 1, 2, slam. 1, 2. Okay, well, alright. Dodge. Cool. Okay. Slam, stop your charge. Oh, nice. Time for phase 2. Yeah, Morpho Knight Sword has the only drain like that in the game. So it, in theory, has the best longevity. It's not everything. Oh my goodness. I expected that to kill me like it did. Dodge. Thank you. Oh, Lord. That's faster than it is in the base game. Dodge. Slap. Dodge. Oh, also the positioning was horrible. Unpleasant. Oh, yeah. This would have been so much easier with hammer. Okay. Thank you. Dodge. 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 Beam. Beam cannon. And... Forgo will destroy everything except the corners of the arena now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Before that swing. This ability is an absolute damage monster, but it's the last word. The fluttering foe for the power he gained in this world. Or star coins. Now for Morpho Knight, this is gonna suck. Oh, and it has Void Terminus theme? That's crazy. Okay, alright. And damage is strong, though. Okay. Oh, that's a ridiculous attack. This is the final boss theme of... True final boss of Star Allies, actually. Oh, crap. How did you think that was even remotely acceptable? Okay, well... Cool. And we gotta get a sword back. Okay. Now we... Come on. This is less than pleasant with another bit of urine. Okay. Dodge. Thanks. And the movement on that dodge is incredible, too. Okay. And now you're gonna... You are not actually gonna start doing the off waves. That's good. Okay. This is a good time to charge if I feel so inclined, but... we lost it, of course. Really, that charge is rougher to use on this ability. Thanks. Come on. Another basic sword, and now you're dead. Kind of a mirror match. That was fun. At the end of normal Ultimate Cup, the Morpho Knight gets absorbed by Facto Elphalus to become Chaos Elphalus. That looks a little eviler, actually, and then it did. No, it's probably about the same. My heart is racing. At long last, it's the fated final battle, isn't it? And we didn't get a cherry like we do in normal Ultimate Cup, see? It's crueler. Okay. Alright. Back on the platform. Okay. We're still at Cretalis, General Median Elfwis. So what's the next part of the fight? Honestly, Morpho Sword should be pretty suited. Honestly. What? No! What? You're kidding. I was not expecting that as your first move. Okay, well, alright. Dodge. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, alright. Slam. Alright. One more. It's really easy to just get greedy with this ability. That's the thing. And its damage really is pretty heavily reliant on using its transformed form. If you're just trying to hit things quickly, honestly, Meta Knight Sword is probably better for harder fights where you're not getting windows. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Dodge. That was a good gamble, actually. I think that was actually a pretty good risk to take. Okay, cool. Thanks. Cool. Dodge, dodge. And you can just spam dodge here, actually. And once you slam, break the crystal, break the crystal. Nice. You didn't even get your laser off. Okay, cool. Phase 2. Yeah. The sword dives on the big sword are some of the most ridiculous damage output in the game. To be fair, Gigant Sword can get pretty close without having to charge that. Really, pretty much everything other than base sword has some specific benefit, and tried for the same cutscene. Oh well. Yeah, it's not a tough fight if you're using Morpho Knight Sword or Vending-Machine Knight Sword, or really any good ability that isn't, you know, Tornado or Cutter. Okay. Come on. Wow. Alright. Thank you. And we kept our charge up. Nice. Okay. And dodge out of that. So again, another thing about Morpho Knight Sword is that it does have a truly ridiculous dodge thing. That's a lot of its power. And okay. That was able to hit you. Come on. You got it. Okay. That was a mistake. Thanks. Still hit you just like this. Holy crap. Yeah, this is a punishment machine. And oh, another battle. This must real final battle. The final fight that brings the fiend to the planet. Okay. Okay. Now we're back at full. Ultimate life form. Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay. Interesting. 3,000 per, and it's gonna be both of them, right? Because I got kind of spoiled on this. Oh look, it's Chaos Elphois, the normal final boss. Species born of chaos, Chaos Elphois. What? Lord of Chaos, Chaos Elphois. Oh, okay. So you just get crystals and take the. Okay, that's reasonable. Okay, cool. Alright. What is that attack? That's reasonable, actually. Okay, we can still suspend these. And you went. Ooh, okay. Just gotta jump. Alright. Dodge. Ooh, okay. You actually get a good amount of chances to dodge here. Okay. Ah. This isn't bad. Honestly, the good thing about... Well, for one, I know this fight. It's actually not much different than it was. Okay. Oh, look. Basic shoot-'em-up dodging skills. Just gotta get their vector. Oh, hello. Okay, and it's not as if they're going in any kind of order or loop. It's not a Undertale Sand situation. It's... Oh, okay. Dodge. Thanks. One, two. Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Crystals. Where do you go? Right there, we're lucky. Slam, 1, 2. Slam again. 1, 2. Slam again. 1, 2. Okay. Where are you headed? Where are you headed, buddy? Dodge, dodge, dodge. That was big. And they sent a second one down. Okay. Do we have to... We don't have to get on top, but it drops. Okay. 1, 2. Slam. Okay. Now we have to rapidly rotate And now it's the same red essence, but with a bit of fire, blue in it. Okay, this is the one time I'm going to rotate this nice controller like this. Okay. Phase 2, but it's a bit more eye-like. Interesting. Okay. This is what happened yesterday when we did the normal Ultimate Cup C. Kinda similar. You're gonna suck it. No, you create clones. Okay. Dodge. Okay, yeah, we don't actually need to fight these things. Okay, cool. Dodge. Okay. Cool attacks. Just the entirety of the beast pack is your summon. Oh, if we were playing Ranger, I could shoot it the entire time. That's probably the cheesiest way to do it, now that I think. Okay, cool. And we're gonna crystal lasers. What the heck? Oh, that was funky. Okay, nice. This is very, very different. I like it. And I touched that. Okay. Alright. Cool. Yeah. Let's get Morpho Sword now. Slam, and yep, got a massive hitbox. We hit it from overhead, and it's a crystal immediately. Okay. Come on. Oh, we have to take crystals. Oh, to get out of the way in time. Oh, that's funky. Oh, wait. Oh, we just have to block it. We have to stay in the shadow. Okay. That's reasonable. It just... Oh, and it rotates. That's treacherous. Oh my. Holy Minecraft. Okay. To cross over and in the next shadow before. Okay. That was one heck of an attack. Come on. 1, 2, slam. So now you're just blue. What are these? What are these attacks? Could I have taken you out, or... Yeah. Oh, do a little bit of damage to you. Okay. Lightning. Crystal. Lightning. Just have to kind of jump rope it. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. This is such a different boss fight. That's fun. Oh, it changes directions midstream. Oh my lord, that was treacherous. Okay. Well, let's let you get your 8 deadly bounds. 2 with tornadoes between them. 2 at once. Okay. We got caught in it. Okay. I could have ended that fight more quickly, and I probably should have. Okay. Any more? Die. That was cool. Is this going to be another bait and switch? Don't tell me. The Starries. Huh. So I suppose that's the DLC. That was fun. Okay, let's do it again with Toy Hammer. But the laser attack in the orb phase, in the original fight, it's basically just fodder. You use it to dodge and charge up hammer swings. It's actually a threatening attack, and, well, happens at a later point, because it stays in a position, then teleports away. The laser's too late for you to probably actually get a hammer swing off. But hey, that's the end of the DLC. I think those are all the attacks, and then you get a little shooting star when you do ZEX. That was cool. Yeah, because the true Chaos Elfwis, it's just... Elfwis is still here, I guess, but it's... Astronomer Wallaby shows up now. Ultimate Cup ZEX. 18! New record. Long last you did it, Kirby. You were the best of the best. Kirby! You've accomplished an extra great feat. Congratulations. I can't believe you survived to emerge from that place. You really are Kirby of the Stars, which is the Japanese title of the series. For this reward too, a true hero did nothing less than save all of existence. 100 star coins, 1500 starry coins, 3 rare stones, which we don't need for anything anymore. Special figure. It's just, they're so stingy with those starry coins. And that's our lore. Invasive species from different stars. So it wasn't actually a duo fight. That would have been ridiculous. Someone probably modded that in. 2 related invaders were born in a distant corner of the galaxy. Having seen the failure of his kin who had gone to the planet earlier, the elder brother Median Elphalus followed. Using the Starries, who took a more advanced form. Thanks to Kirby's effort, the long history of invasions is at an end. Okay. Cool. True 100% would be every figure. Congratulations to all who've claimed victory in the glimmering space. Now the Ultimate Cup ZEX is clear. The band can play more new songs. And there was literally nothing else to do with the rare stones other than use them for figures. So, see how many more we can get. Pretty flowers out here in the plaza, and they're all in bloom. And there's still no Volume 3, even though there's space for one. Probably for the better. Okay. Let's just buy the rest of the figures with the rare stones, because again, it was probably good that I saved the rare stones for these, because I spent star coins until I got every normal figure at maximum, but this is ridiculous. Oh, Beast Pack bosses unite. The Beast Pack's Executive Council convenes from time to time to reflect on their failures and consider strategies for improvement. Clawroline has issues with Gorimondo, and Silly Dillo always expects a scolding, but their performance reviews really aren't that bad. Crystal Carmouth Cake, yeah, we're gonna have to spend. Metro Train to Blizzard Bridge. Because it's Metro on Ice. It's right before Blizzard Bridge, if I recall correctly, in the main game. Okay, we gotta use rare stones. I really did not want to have to give anything to you. Just got some fingers you don't have yet. So would you care to carry one of your redstones? Gosh, machine figure. Cool. Bonkers and Mookie. Bonkers awoke on the beach. Mookie surrounding him, hammers in hand. Hammers know they brandished bananas, offerings for a powerful leader. As the moment they became Banana Brothers. And there are 3 monkey enemies in this game. Ever a rare stone to spare and feel like collecting more figures? Well, I'll be here. I'm always ready to trade. Because Mookie was introduced for this game before the only hammer enemy was Bonkers, so it was mini-boss exclusive. But now hammer is normal. Crystal Big Red Tortilding. This Tortilding column of boss building is a member of our Tortilding boss family that has made the Forbidden Lands its territory. It's fierce and powerful, and it sends lots of concrete bullets flying. It's a structure worthy of becoming the Beast Pack's last stronghold. Let's just get the remaining figures and be finished, become a Kirby master. Ah, the weapons. Elfua Spear Antares. Median Elfua Spear Ares. 2 spears Antares and Ares. Elfua is the invasive species that traveled to this planet, forged one by absorbing materials to become complete, absorbing Elfulin. By grasping the other crystal spear, Median Elfua left behind, they're able to gain the power of the stars and become the ultimate Lord of Chaos. Oh, so that's what happened with this spear. I thought it was just going to be Median Elfua coming back, but no. Median Elfua is gone. It's somewhere in the stars. Kirby of the Stars, and it was just using his brother's weapon. Okay, that's funny. I do appreciate that Chaos Elfua remains the final boss, and the ultimate boss. Sun Mouth Kirby. Kirby gained the powerful mouth mode ability. For what it's worth, the bosses are a little weaker in the arena. They may be more damaging, but they have less HP because they gotta fight so many more. In the powerful mouth movement ability after to clear through a mysterious vortex when he finds a sign in an area where meteors have fallen, Stops at his mouth, he can slide around in the shape of a board. He moves along, kicking up stone and sand. He can pick up speed with spin tackles. The meteors have fallen, specifically. Again, it's 5 left. Okay. It's just, if you want more, you gotta use more stones at this point. Beach Umbrella and share. And, okay. Actually doing it with star coins, even just for the normal figures, would be horrible. Group nap done, got room for one more, of course, maybe we'll see. So 3 started off napping in a neat row, but if you had to guess which one might push Bandana Waddle-Dee out of bed with all his rolling around, who would it be? He said, Kirby, you win the nap game. Okay. And... Sparkly-eyed Kirby Burger. The Kirby Burger is a favorite over at the Waddle-Dee Cafe. Order one, sometimes you'll get a sparkly-eyed surprise. Kirby's eyes shone with wonder as he gazes at the beautiful crystals from the meteors that fell into this world. Is that just how he looks when he's about to eat? Again, it's 2 left. Protostar and Scorpius and Tares. Rival to Ares. Similarity of its reddish hue to the appearance of the planet Mars. Because of course people didn't know the difference between stars and planets until they had telescopes. Just a crystal buffalo horn, okay. So that... It's just random crap here. Yeah, invasive species. From distant stars. There's no devoted Crystal Chaos Alphaless figure, it seems. It's kind of sad. Maybe it's actually just a secret. Yeah, probably not. And then... One more movie? Yeah. Welcome to Walt Cinema. Great time. We're preparing a new movie today. Which movie would you like to watch? Kindness and a Light in the Stars, Lord of the World Eaters. Okay. That should be it then. Let's see what the new songs are. What they're called. Extra stars. Should turn back to another color when we... Oh, actually. Story version. This is the theme of Waddle-Dee Town. Once you get a lot of these, Post Coliseum, Ultimate Z, Morpho Knight, the intro. 100% theme, I did that previously. Credits, I believe? Maybe. Bonus track. An Angel song, which plays in one of the opening cutscenes in the first point of arrival. Intro story. When you're at the volcano. Also at the volcano. Stories. Stage. You're a bit of a twinkle. Sparkling results and a stage. Level Mall. I like how tense this theme is compared to the original. Heart Racing Beach. Fallen Star Beach. Yeah, because the music doesn't change until you... Right. Watch Away the Smith Summit. Crossing Mondaria. Spinning Dream Parade. Frost Street Snow Park. Twinkling Skating Rink. Oh, when we're sledding. Not skating, no. Freezing Winds of Snowman. Race that count time. Rally Raid Speedway. And that would be a sledding segment, yeah. Right. And that's actually in Waste. Interesting. The length is probably just a little different. Also a little sadder, because you have Kirby without Elf One if you go between World 4 and the end of the game. Kirby's Tilt and Roll Festival. Find the Shiny Figure Collection. Rumbling Fiery Forbidden Lands. Crystal Beast Pack Volcano Battle. Panspermia Collar of Ruin. That's the theme of Meeting Alphas, then. Prescient Stirring Follow Song. Getting down below. The falling star in our piece pierces through the Lagrange points. Sing of Radiant Thea. These names are crazy. Planet. A hypothetical protoplanet in the early solar system, believed to have collided with the Earth, leading to the formation of the Moon. The Giant Impact Hypothesis. Oh, that's why it's called Giant Impact. That one movie. Okay. The Lagrange point is stable locations in space. Gravitational pull of two large bodies like the sun of Earth over motion of a third smaller object in equilibrium. Very little energy for spacecraft to orbit or remain there. Parking spots. Oh, 2 points. Points of equilibrium. So instead of the Roche limit, where they're destroyed, it's what pierces through the range point, I suppose, which is it lost its stability and approached the planet's cradle. Twinkling star showers fall. Stage of stardom. Arena. East rim of meteors. Ultimate extra stars. And that. Try again when the stars rain down when you die. Champion Road of the Four Warriors. They added a lot of tracks just for this arena. Avenge of Steel Wings. Oh, it's from Kirby's Dream Buffet. That's why I didn't recognize it. Prince of Mirrors and Regret. Team Kirby Clash Deluxe. It's also why I don't recognize it, because that would be King D-Mind. Battle of Sworn Partners. Kirby Fighters 2. Oh, when you fight DDD and Meta Knight together against you. Substituting for War Day to Day. Judgment of the Melis Pumila. Oh, yeah, the stage theme. Okay, so that was Lobby. Okay. Between the altar for the Master Crown. Onward to a pain my heart knows well. Return to Dreamlight Deluxe. Star Conquering Traveler, fourth movement. Star Allies. Fourth movement. Is that... let me see. Collective name for Void Tournament is Boss Battle Themes. Okay. Twinkling Star. Void. True Void Termina. Twinkling Star. Holy crap. Does Void Soul have any different theme? Let me see. Void Soul. So normal Void is Void. Astral Birth Void. Twinkling Star. Void Soul. So it's Void who is something different. Okay. Basically, Kirby's equivalent of Phantasm Bones. Starting with Story following a song. 2 points approach to the Roche Limit Starry version. Trying to slime the stars. Fanfare the meteor. Kirby the Stars interview. Kirby of the Stars. World's light complete. I don't think we've gotten that, have we? What's the plains with song? Showing with Star Shot, which is a bonus track. Okay. Morpho Knight, I guess that's just a reference to Morpho Knight being from Star Allies originally, but okay. And our final figure, which is going to be random crap. Control console. Oh, yeah. As a reward for collecting every EX figure, the music for the figure collection EX screen is now a special song. You've saved all the stories and collected all the EX figures. Let's go tell Astronomer Waddle Dee in town. We have a rare stone to spare, and unless there's a third complete collection of figures, every single one, and it just gives me figures for EX figures. Gives you one you don't have the max number of. Okay, cool. That's fun. I guess there is technically space for EX3 if they added more DLC. Given that a lot of the figures were just things in the base game that didn't have figures. Well, I don't know. Kirby, you collected all the EX figures and you saved all the Starries. Allow me to give you a gift as a token of our gratitude. Kirby Master. Kirby and the Forgotten Land and Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Star Cross World Complete. Cool. I took the liberty of turning that special photograph into the last EX figure. Looks like it has a message from Elflin too. It's all yours. A special figure that we didn't even see as existing. Thank you and congrats, Kirby Master. Did it again, didn't we? What an adventure. Kirby, you remember when we first met? I was stuck and they saved me. Did I ever thank you for that? Well, thank you. Haha. So caught up in the moment, we dance and dance. We gotta do this again sometime. Kirby of the Stars, your friend Elflin. You can gaze at the special photo in this form whenever you want. Feel free to put it in your house. I'm not sure what happened to us all when the Star of Darkness fell from the sky. It was just like the legend warned. You saved the stories and you saved the world, Kirby. Thanks to you, we're all still here. I still have my eyes on the stars when I see them twinkling away in the sky. It's as if the stars are offering their gratitude. Said Kirby, those of us from our home planet Popstar should expect no less from you. Our pride and joy. Sasuga Kabi-san. You worked so hard to save this world as well. Kirby, congratulations. Nice. Something else. Hello, Kirby. Thank you for saving this world from the Star of Darkness. Now that these have returned, I can feel safe observing the stars again. I care to make a little trade while you're here. It seems as though you've already collected every EX figure. Still want to do a drawing? Please choose where you want to draw from. Can't do it. Okay. Well, adventures and stages where meteors have fallen. And sure. And it's not even the only kind of coin there, which is ridiculous. One more. Blue Starry coin. Okay, cool. And it's just a 43rd we couldn't see before. For a second I thought it might have been a Volume 3 just entirely by itself, but that's fun. New theme. Oh. But yeah, I suppose there's space for a third. Oh, that's fun. I didn't even think. The total figure count is... It's 86. Haru. Yeah. Okay. 256, which is just normal power of 2 computing. 86 for HAL. Yeah. Cool. Any new song? No. No. Okay. The 100% was already showing. Okay. Cool. We can... On my own time, maybe I'll go and get the rest all through, but that means using Toy Hammer. Farming starry coins with deep sleep buffs for beating the cup faster. That's okay. It's fun, and yeah, that's all. And yeah, okay. Just the fact that it's 1,500 normal coins, which mean nothing to me, and then only 1,500 story coins. Just, come on. Come on. Come on. You know, These are cute. Let's change it out. And no pictures for Starry. That's okay. That's okay. Change what we put on display here. Anything cute? One with everybody in it? I don't know. We'll display this one. To 3 figures at once. First time I've changed it from Kirby, Bandy, and Elflin ever, actually. And... well, actually, these are all unique and special. Sorry, Bandanity. Display. 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 Okay, cool. That's cool. Bit much. First, second, third arenas. All the rare stones, 100% completion. Base game. Bonus mode, all the tilt minigames, max fishing, and a high score in the food minigame. Okay, cool. That's good. Nice sleep in our... and now we changed the sleeping hat. Well then. Maybe if they ever decide to... oh right. Yeah, the Book of Old Kirby Games. Lost Adventures. One's on Switch. And a number of other ones. That's actually for only on new 3DS. It's interesting that they don't notate that. No one cares about the Wii U and 3DS anymore, sorry. Pretty soon, no one will even care about the base Switch. How the turntables. Okay, cool. So that's all. Guess I'll spend the next year getting 9 of, or aside from 3 of them, 9 of every EX figure, like spending rare stones and the mediocre amount of story coins we get. Okay, well, alright. That was fun. 100%. Wow. Oh, you can see the cake in front of my house. Okay. Wasn't even a candied star one. Dumb. Well, oh, what? Huh? Wait. Huh? Huh? Oh, that's the difference. Black border. How'd that happen? Oh, because they're black borders around. Okay, whatever. Wait. I think the screen size automatically changed at some point, and I don't know why. That's really weird. Huh. Huh? No, legitimately. That's really strange. Huh. I didn't change my OBS window size, did I? At some point, for reasons I cannot even begin to imagine. Well, I mean, you can see the whole... see it all this way. I guess that's fine. Should just crop it and, you know, have black bars on the side and just deal with it. But cool. It's been fun. Starryflowers. Next time I play this thing, it'll be Donkey Kong probably. But I guess I gotta figure out how to make sure the screen size doesn't just randomly change on me. Starryflowers.